The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So today is the Sunday call-in show, not just a Michigan football call-in show, but college football call-in show. Anybody that wants to talk college football, you can call in and, you might get this work. You hear me? But it's also Mother's Day. So salute to all the mothers, everybody's mother, whether they're still with us or whether they're not, salute to you and, try to make this day special for your loved ones. You dig? But what I was thinking about today, because, like a week or 2 weeks ago, we had the conversation about, is Ryan Day a great coach? Right? And Mays and Boxing and Garrison, we all gave our opinion on it, whether it was he is or he will be in the future. And then I had a little epiphany at work. I was just driving at work, and then something just popped in my head. So what would Ryan Day's record be if he coached Michigan with the exact same roster? And I didn't come on here with it. I went to Twitter first. And them Buckeyes were in a dizzy. They was dancing. They was hitting that James Brown. They was doing the Watusi. Well, he wouldn't have. Well, but you gotta answer the question. What would the record be? And they were in a dizzy about it because if we want to cost, because we do this with a lot of teams if LeBron was on the Bulls or if Jordan was on the Cavs team, we do this all the time in society. So they were coming at me like it was something like this was just, man, let's get the football. This is just crazy talk now. What's so crazy about it? Y'all think he's a great coach? What would his record be at Michigan last year with the same roster? So I'm going to bring up TJ. Y'all know him. Iron Man, voice of college football. This is him. This dude right here could play on the team right now. He about 6'5" and ready to rumble. Starting tight end, starting edge rusher. So let me bring up TJ.
Johnny, what up, bro?
Nothing much. What up?
Shit, dude, enjoying a good Sunday, beautiful weather in Michigan, and I think I was behind the scenes and I was listening to your question. I didn't know you proposed that question. That's a good ass question. What would Ryan Day do? What would his record be if he had the same roster, same situation, same circumstances?
Exactly.
I don't know. Because I just don't think we'd have. I think the reason why the season went as well as it did is because of the toughness and the culture that's been instilled. I'm not sure Ryan Day can instill that. Now, do I think the offense would be more creative? Obviously, but I don't know. He does. All right. So does he get the same coaching staff though? Wink Martindale. Does he get that?
Yeah, he's got the same staff, same everything.
I do think the offense would. I think the offense would perform better.
Me too.
I just am unsure how the trenches would play under Ryan Day's leadership. I just don't know if because Sharon has that mentality. Sharon has the, you win inside out mentality. I don't know, but Ryan Day is like an outside in mentality. So it's complete opposite.
Exactly.
It's a good question.
And we've never seen him with a bare cupboard on offense, especially in the receiver room and quarterback room. We've never seen him have that.
Right.
So you can say, they'd be much better in the passing game. Are we sure? Never seen him do more with less. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, you're right. He's always had the top talent. He's always had top 5 talent. Probably top 3 to be honest. He's always had like top of the nation talent. So yeah, I don't know how would he be. I don't know. It's a very good question. It's a very good question. I'll say that. Well done.
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna bring up Dom.
Gentlemen, how are you?
What's
How you
up,
doing,
Don?
Dom?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Johnny. TJ, great to see you here, sir. And
Yes.
thanks for having me on the show the other day. And, Johnny, my compliments. I was running a few errands, and I said to myself, what's Johnny going to have in the kitchen today? And that question right there, I'm like, wow, that's a great one. What would Ryan Day do under the same circumstances as Sharon Moore? I got to agree with TJ. I think the offensive play calling, then again, does he have to keep Campbell? Because if he doesn't have Campbell there and he could run and call the offense, that might be a different outcome. But if he has to keep Campbell and Campbell is required to call the plays.
I would argue he doesn't have to. He's not required to have him call the plays. Like he is the head coach, right? He can make that call. I think Ryan Day would make that call. He would call the plays. I think Kirk Campbell would be more of a symbolic or a ritualistic offensive coordinator, not an actual offensive coordinator. But and I, like we said, we do agree the offense would obviously be more diverse and more creative and produce better. You would think. But how does the team play? But does the team play with the toughness and the mentality and the culture that I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
The one thing, TJ, that the question that I would have is the quarterback play going to be any better? Is he going to come up with a game plan to fully utilize Alex Orji?
Right.
Davis Warren is Davis Warren, but that makes me wonder. And or would he started Tuttle at the start of the season and had a different offensive scheme?
Right.
But he wasn't ready either. So that's very interesting. Would he have prepared Orji? And would he have taken calls of the play calling? Very great question, Johnny. And, perhaps this Mother's Day edition of the kitchen will be cordial without the typical fire explosion that we see. And, if I may, Johnny, and I see the squares filling up here, TJ, thank you. I'll clear out of the way. But I have one thing to say on this Mother's Day before we get started, in the hopes that it's a peaceful show today. I got news today, a feed from Pete Thamel. Ohio State is the best program ever. Ryan Day is the greatest coach ever. They're going to cancel the season this year. They're just going to automatically make Ohio State the national champion this year and for the foreseeable future. And the networks are only going to broadcast Ohio State games, and that's all it is. Nobody else matters. Nothing else matters. It's all Buckeyes. They're the greatest ever, and maybe that'll help get rid of some of the trolls. It's Mother's Day, people. Let's be cordial. Johnny, thank you. TJ, thank you.
Yeah, it was good talking with you, Dom.
Appreciate you, Dom.
Yeah, go.
What up, Juju?
Yo, what's good?
What up? What you think? What you think about it?
I mean, hey, I think with any cordial OC play caller, we go 10-2. So with Ryan Day, I'm always gonna give him a shit, but he's a good play caller. So I mean, it goes back to what I've been saying. You have an OC, even upgraded that much. Ryan Day is pretty good quarterbacks coach as well, in my opinion. So I think we go 10-2. I mean, I don't think we beat Oregon. I don't think we beat Texas.
We beat Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we have Wink at DC, we have the staff around him. Yeah, I think so. Like I be trolling on Twitter, but yeah, bro, we got in the red zone like 4 times with the shitty ass offense we had. So
it's just a question. My problem this isn't my problem. This is my thought process with all this. I've never seen Ryan Day with a cupboard like ours, so I can't say
Yeah.
the offense is going to be that. The passing game. We're not talking about the offense. We're really talking about the passing game, right? With the offensive line that we had, never seen him have a cupboard like this. Never
Right.
seen him with the QBs like this. So I don't guarantee that how much better it'll be because I don't know.
I want to
The
say
the
something.
team isn't really built to pass like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a good point. So I wonder how he would construct it. I just think structurally and schematic wise, like it won't look as like Ivy League, G League, like however you want to slice, it won't look so disgusting. Like we won't have a trick play as our longest pass play of the year. Like that's as much as I know.
Yeah, it'd be better. I get like, look, our passing offense was ranked in the 120s, man. I guarantee with Ryan Day, it'd be at least top 70.
We were dead last in P4 and second to last overall in passing offense, 128 a game last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not. Listen, no. Y'all gotta cut it out, man. Yeah, y'all giving this buffoon too much credit. He's our passing coordinator. What receivers were we throwing to? Listen, first of all, let's get to the nitty gritty. Now, because I'm tired of I try to come here, I try to be cordial with these OSU fans, right? First of all, Ryan Day, Ohio State, they take Justin Fields from Georgia dirty. That was under the table dirty work that happened there. There was no reason that he should have been eligible right away for OSU. So he gets lucky right off the bat. He gets a 5 stars right off the bat. Yeah, here we go, Steve. I'm tired of your fan base, soft-ass fan base, always crying-ass fan base, always got an excuse for every lose fan base. Every time y'all lose, there's an excuse.
Wow.
Man, so now you get Justin Fields for 2 years. When in reality, his coach was their quarterback was supposed to be Tate Martell. Yeah, wow. How many games Ryan Day was going to win with Tate Martell? And he wasn't going undefeated in 2019. I'll tell you that much. So they get him. He does nothing with them. They lose. They choke because that's what OSU does. They finally go on the run, and now Ryan Day's a great coach. And then they get C.J. Stroud, another elite quarterback, 2 years in a row. They didn't do nothing with him, right? And then you got Kyle McCord. Say what you want. Kyle McCord put up better numbers than Will Howard last year and was drafted higher than Will Howard last year. So what are we talking about here? For these OSU fans that want to cry about Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord only gave you 1 regular season loss. Will Howard on a stacked team gave you 2 regular season losses. So what are we talking about, man? He wouldn't done nothing with this Michigan team. Would our offense would have been a little better? Probably. We would have probably seen, as you say, Johnny, some more eye candy. It would have looked a little different. But as far as being much better, absolutely not, man. Y'all give this guy too much credit for beating Rutgers, for beating Maryland, for beating Purdue in the Big Ten, bro. The Big Ten. Let's call it like it is. That's one. And his super team. This was a super team. This was a super team that he had. He still had 2 losses. Penn State had him on the ropes, and Nebraska. He almost lost 4 games with this all-star team, man. What are we talking about? Why y'all give this guy so much credit, man?
Hey,
Fuck Ohio State. He's a bum. Ryan Day's a bum.
But
he's a bum.
I thought
So much
the
for
question was it another the
Dom.
offense? Like, is it the offense? That's the only thing I point out too is the offense is gonna be better.
A little better, but listen, it doesn't. Little
That's all
better
me.
doesn't guarantee success, man.
So me and Juju are simply saying that this offense would be more effective. That's
Yeah, effective. Okay, bro, that's cool. That's fine. We're talking about record wise. What are we doing? What is Michigan doing with that team? The dude's losing.
God damn, bro.
Juju, he's losing games with 100 rated receiver, the greatest receiver of all time. They losing 2 games. Come on, man. You telling me with Tyler Morris? With Tyler Morris?
Let me ask you something, bro. If we didn't have
I felt like he took over.
Ryan Day for a second. If we had an experienced play caller.
in big games.
How many games do you think we win?
We needed a quarterback. It had nothing to do. You need a
No, man,
competent
yeah, we
quarterback.
definitely needed an OC. I need go back and watch schematics.
No, we
what
need
was
a
going on.
bro. Juju, go back to that Arkansas State game. Was that OC or that was Davis Warren? Just here, take that. I'm scared. Here, take that. Come on, bro.
Yes,
Let's
yeah.
keep it
Did you
real.
say Texas? I didn't hear him.
No. Arkansas State.
Texas too.
Yeah, bro.
Yes. That's David Warren's first start. Yes.
No, I'm
bro.
not.
Yes.
No.
They're
His
tied
first
hand in
start
hand.
was Fresno
They're tied
State.
hand in hand. They're tied hand in hand. Okay, so now go to the middle of the year. Go to the games we lost to Illinois, Washington, and Indiana. If we have a better play caller, Dan the quarterback, bro, it's
Bro.
going to look better. What I'm saying, we win
Illinois
more games.
game,
We win more
Juju.
games.
We had more offensive yards than Illinois that game. You do know that, right? Tuttle, he missed a wide open Colston Loveland in one of them plays. It's quarterback play, bro. This shit
but
ain't.
it goes hand in. Okay.
Hey, no. Listen, not really.
Is Ryan Day a better quarterback's coach than Kirk Campbell?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, but
They're
no,
gonna
but
get coached
Juju,
up more.
you still need. Listen, it does go hand in hand, but at the end of the day, do you have it as a quarterback? A quarterback that can make plays, right? A quarterback that could do things. We didn't have that.
You're
we
right,
didn't have
but
a
that's not
quarterback
what
that could get
that's
up
not
out
the
of there.
discussion, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it does go hand in hand. Which if he's better at play calling and he's a better quarterback's coach, you would imagine you would have a better outcome.
You might, bro. But
that's all we're talking about. This is all might, man.
I know, Juju. No, but you don't understand how bad our quarterbacks were last season.
You're telling me I watched this season.
All right, so how is it that Ryan Day? So Ryan Day turns Davis Warren to a 5-star now. Come on,
nobody's saying that. We're just saying it's gonna be.
But yes,
better,
you are. You say it won't be much better, bro, because you could put. Know that thing. You could take a horse. You could take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
Okay,
that's the point. He could put that in, but that quarterback has to make the throws. Juju, we didn't have a quarterback.
It's gonna be worldwide, bro. I'm saying
who quarterback? All right,
that was the question. Is it going to be better or not? And it is, bro.
Not really. Not down the. All right, let me ask you this: Davis Warren, Alex Orji, Tuttle. Every time they try to throw the ball downfield, tell me how it was.
Yes. It was,
how
bro,
it was.
No one's disagreeing with you, bro.
But that's no, yes, you are. No, because you saying again, you gotta throw the ball downfield. That's what Ryan Day likes to do. Yes or no?
Yes. Now go back to what I said. Is he a better quarterback?
He could be better. You're not under. Listen, he could be better. But that doesn't mean the quarterbacks are going to make the throws.
What does the quarterback's coach do? They make the quarterback better, bro.
No, bro.
What are we talking about?
What we're talking about, you can't make them throws. Either you have it or you don't, bro.
Let me ask you this.
Wait, so coaching don't matter in the quarterback? So wait.
Bro.
So a quarterback can walk to college on his mechanics alone with no coaching and he has it or he doesn't.
Yeah, a lot of them, that's how it is most of the time. Most of the time. Listen, yes, you could. Yo, bro, let me tell you this. So you telling me, right? Alex Orji, perfect example. Ryan Day. What Ryan Day is doing with Alex Orji?
Huh?
What Ryan Day is doing with Alex Orji?
Ain't nobody doing anything with Alex. He don't even
No, don't give me that because he's that dude. He's a quarterback coach.
We're talking about starting quarterback Davis Warren, bro.
No, but how many games Alex Orji started last season?
I guarantee you Ryan Day wouldn't start him.
Hey, hold on.
We don't know that.
Go ahead, TJ.
But is Ryan Day allowed to make an April portal edition?
No.
We're giving him the same rod, guys. Johnny's question, the same everything.
And there was
the same. We're not adding nothing.
Then he has an April portal, and I think Ryan Day would make a move. I think Sharon Moore was.
But then again,
that's not how I posed the question for a reason.
I like my layout better, but I hear you. All right, here's what I think though. I do think a coach can make a quarterback better, but to what effect? How great of an effect? I do think Davis Warren would be a better quarterback, probably under Ryan Day, but. Because the truth is, Sharon Moore, it wasn't a Sharon Moore, it was a Kirk Campbell issue.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
All right, so let me ask you this. Who was the quarterback coach at Michigan when John O'Corn was there?
Shit, off the top of my head, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
All right.
Pep Hamilton, maybe.
Yes.
I thought he was before. Actually, yeah, I remember.
So that's an NFL experience, dude. And
Mm-hmm.
on your head coach, who's your head coach at the time at Michigan? Who was our coach?
Jim Harbaugh.
Okay. And Jim Harbaugh played quarterback at the University of Michigan on an elite level. He was an Heisman finalist, right? He played over 12 years in the NFL as a quarterback.
Do you want me to be honest?
And no.
No, I'm gonna answer your question.
Why did John O'Corn struggle?
Do you want me to answer? Do you want?
No.
Yeah.
I need to hear it because I need to hear it.
Why did he struggle? I mean, he was in a Harbaugh offense. No, bro, quarterbacks running a pro style offense. No one's gonna be eye candy in a Harbaugh offense. I don't know what you.
Yeah,
and down the stretch, that Ohio State game, where he really struggled, bro, he had a separated shoulder.
Who had a separated shoulder?
Oh no, that was Spate. I'm talking about
That's
Spate.
Wilton Spate you thinking of, 2016.
No.
Yeah,
My point is this. No. Either you're good or you're not. Yes. A quarterback coach can make you better. I'm not saying no, but that's not the end be all. You gotta have talent too, bro.
Of course.
But we don't have that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Davis Warren is gonna be a supervisor at a Baskin Robbins 31 when he retires.
Okay.
Ain't nobody gonna pick him up. Come on.
You want to pull them hand in hand. The wide receivers were open during the season. That's not on Kirk Campbell. They just didn't make the throw.
That's true.
Again, it goes back. If you want to tie them hand in hand, which you do, because they're both coordinators and quarterbacks coach. If one is better than the other, and coaches do make you better, and bro, I don't see how you don't understand how it wouldn't. I don't care how much better, it would be better, and it would look better.
I don't know because. Again, this is where we disagreeing with. This is where we disagreeing with. I've watched my quarterback room try to throw the ball downfield. Receivers was open. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. We saw in the Minnesota game. It doesn't matter which quarterback. They were open. You had Fred Moore. Bro, he beat the safety like by 8 yards. Orgy missed that throw. In that same game, he had Colston Loveland open down the middle of the field. He throws an interception. He's late. That's not on the coaches. They schemed it well. That's on the quarterback. So it doesn't matter. My point is, if Ryan Day's on the sidelines, it's the same thing, bro.
It's all right.
All right. You know what? You're right. No. You're right. Johnny. Ryan Day, 12-0. 12-0. The best.
No one said he would go 12.
No. 12-0. So you're right. You're right. The offense would have been number one in the nation.
Mene, do you think the offense
my
is improved
comment
under
on
Ryan
the
Day?
screen.
Yes or no?
Say that again.
Do you think the offense has improved under Ryan Day? Yes or no?
That's
Slightly.
the question.
Slightly.
That's
Not
all
bad.
we're saying.
So, but that's what I'm saying. But no. You say it'll be slightly. Slightly is maybe from 120 to 100. Whoa.
If I slightly beat someone in a race, do I beat him? Like, yes, bro, I beat him.
Yeah, but you making it. No. You making it seem like we'll be the juggernaut. What I'm telling you is that the reason it wouldn't be so much better is because these quarterbacks weren't capable of making
a different conversation.
No, it's the same. Because how you gonna make?
Oh my god!
It's all encompassing.
What was the question?
It is.
If Ryan Day was the coach with the same roster, what would Michigan's record be?
And I'm saying better. And he literally answered. He said it was slightly.
The offense. Better. I'm not talking about the record.
You're talking about the record.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, if the offense improved, yeah, bro, the defense kept us in every game. If the offense improved, bro, we win more games. It's that simple. We preach that all year. So how am I not going to say, bro, it's not even just Ryan Day. Like I keep saying, if there was any experience in that fucking room, we win more games.
Quarterback, yes. But we didn't have that. So I don't care if it's Ryan Day, Kirby Smart, Dabo Swinney. It's the same result for the most part, bro. What are we talking about? None of them turned Davis Warren to a world beater all of a sudden.
Man, yeah, do we win more games or not?
I don't know.
We're all answering hypothetical, and you don't want to answer.
No,
the
because
question,
I
bro.
don't know. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you. I seen us in the Illinois game outgain Illinois, and we still lost. I wasn't on that. So what are we talking about now? We outgained Illinois, and we still lost. We only put up 7 points because Jack Tuttle was Mr. Interception. We didn't have competent quarterbacks. Now, if you tell me if Ryan Day has someone like J.J. McCarthy, this is a whole different story. But you give him that, bro, it don't matter. If I give you a car without an engine, bro, it's not going to move. I don't care who you are.
Let's say how. Let's switch things up. Let's talk about the run game.
What about it?
How would it look under Ryan Day?
I think
I mean, the run game was shitty
that Ryan Day,
it don't matter.
He was okay. He was coaching the 21, 22, and 23 one game. It probably be a terrible because I do know in easy games if they can run the ball, he do adjust the run game. But when there's a rival team or a game that matter, but when it looked like it's time to make some halftime running game adjustments, for some reason in top 10 games he refused to make halftime run game adjustments.
Talk, Timmy. Talk your shit, Timmy. Get in that kitchen, Timmy. There you go, Timmy. There you go. Stop giving this dude credit.
Like
he almost lost 4 games with the super team, and y'all here bowing down to this bum ass coach.
I don't understand how that's bowing down.
Hold on, this is my thing.
Barely got 100 yards in quarter 1 and 2. Then after halftime against Ohio State, we had about 200 more yards on the ground the second half of that game. That was in Columbus in 22. We adjust.
This is my thing with Ryan Day.
He
let's say if he was the coach, when you have a quarterback like Davis, Warren, Orji, or even Tuttle, if they're gonna make bonehead mistakes, it don't matter how good the scheme is. He's gonna make bonehead mistakes.
Of course.
No, but that's my point.
Disagreeing with that.
When you see Johnny, why is it when I say that is a problem? Because I'm just loud. And when I say it, so I'm wrong. Somebody else say the same thing I'm saying.
No one say it, bro.
I said, Juju, I told you. I said,
of course. I literally agreed with you.
All right, Juju, you said, listen, all right, these were the 2 things. Offensively, I agree. I said our offense will be a little better, slightly, right? To me.
That's all I'm saying.
But we still didn't have the quarterbacks, bro. It doesn't matter how you scheme it up. And I said that, literally, I said that. But of course, but I'm wrong.
And then
I'm wrong because when I'm loud, the maniac is wrong. I get it. All right, you're right. All right. It is what it is.
I agreed that part, bro. And then I added to that coaching matters. He's still going to make mistakes no matter what because he's not a good quarterback. We didn't have a good quarterback. But when you coach, bro, when you are a better coach, you are less liable to make mistakes.
No. Now you're wrong on that one. Now you're wrong on that one. You talking about when the player is better coached or the coach is better?
No, when you are better at coaching the player, because Ryan Day is a better quarterback coach than Kirk Campbell.
That's true.
But we know that's a given, but that doesn't. All right. Bro. So what? Davis Warren goes from throwing 3 interceptions to 2 in the game. There you go.
Okay, then that's still better, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we win.
Or Ryan Day schemes the offense to puts him in a better position to succeed. I mean,
Like,
Kirk
I
Hinrich
don't get.
It
We
doesn't matter. I
preached
mean, at the end
all
of the day-
year, like I'm not gonna be inconsistent, bro. We preached all year. If we have better coaches in that room, we have first offensive line coach, bro. Tight ends coach slide over. That's the first in the area. You have so much new, and if you're asking me above all, yes, you can say what you want about Ryan Day, but he has experience for one, and he's a good play caller. So that goes for anyone though. It's not just Ryan.
I don't think that Ryan Day,
If we have
he will be
inexperienced OC,
a good coach at
period,
Michigan.
in that
But
room,
you're not-
a good quarterbacks coach, period, in that room, we
And-
improve.
And you got to remember something Johnny mentioned, right? Something Johnny mentioned. Ryan Day has never had his cupboard like that, empty. So you got to remember now, of course, I've seen, because, OSU fans, we will never have a roster like that. I know you weirdos, because y'all weirdos, and y'all still bums. So anyway, if he had the same roster, bro, you crazy. Ryan Day without 5 stars, bro, he'll be lost. He'll be a kid in Central Park without his parents. He wouldn't know what to do.
Year.
He wouldn't know what to do. And he still, with this mega team, he almost lost 4 games in the regular season. So this is why, yes, Ryan Day is a good coach. Yes, Ryan Day is a good play caller. But guess what? He gave that shit up because he was choking. That was one. So he needed Chip Kelly.
I agree.
He brought Chip Kelly in, right? He brought Chip Kelly in. He said, yo, I've been choking. I need you over here.
Of course. No,
So-
bro.
Another
no
week-
head
but he's
coach, bro,
still-
at the elite
but
level.
at
Another
the
week
end of
of
the-
Juju.
No
carrying
head
the
coach
wall.
at an elite level, like winning championship wise, right? Like, I don't think any head coach should be calling plays. It's only been proved a handful of times that, this could work out. If you
Yeah,
wanna win a
Jimbo
championship, that
Fisher
is.
did it. Jimbo Fisher did it at Florida State.
Yeah, that's why. Like a handful of times. Like, it's just not
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, but listen,
You want to know
That's-
what's May? You're
Yeah.
right. Let me say something, because when they had their bye week, Nebraska they almost got beaten by 60 points, and that should tell Ryan Day you should be able to do the same thing, but instead of doing that, y'all needed a last minute touchdown to win the game in the fourth quarter. So a team they just got beaten by 60 points. You almost lost to them. That's now Ohio State fans, y'all should be embarrassed. But they didn't have, but they had some offensive line injuries, but still, that
Timmy,
team was nowhere near on your level, and y'all could have lost
Timmy, I
a
don't
game
get-
that y'all not supposed to lose.
you're right. Timmy, listen, man. I could tell this morning you ate all your pancakes and your bacon, bro, because you here spitting. That's right. You're spitting. This dude, Nebraska gets run out. They lose like by 88 to Indiana. Look, Ohio State had a lucky run, man. I don't care why any bozo, weirdo, OSU fans say in the chat, man. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of it already. I've been nice for a long time. Fuck
Hold on.
Ohio State.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not-
I'm
hold
saying
on,
it with my chest.
Hold on, Maniac. Hold on. Hey, Goes. Chill out. Chill out.
No,
I ain't
let
gonna
him
say what
talk.
you
shit
said.
again, bro.
No,
Let him talk.
no.
He a
Goes,
clown.
On that shit again.
Chill out.
He's a
Chill out,
clown.
bro.
He's a clown. Goes
Don't
just a
ever-
clown.
Don't do that.
That's what I'm
Don't-
saying.
I don't know
Me,
what you do on
you-
Ohio State channels. Don't do that over here, bro.
So
Don't do
Juju,
that.
TJ, this is what I do. Me, I let they shed they skin. These Ohio State fans, they skin shed when I'm up here. Garrison, Snake, Go Snake. What's the Buckeye boys, Mellow, Snakes. These dudes are snakes, man. I don't care about these Ohio State fans. This is what they do. They laugh, they come up here, they act like they cool with you. But once you go against what they don't like, they do that. I don't care. These dudes is internet thugs. I'm
Yeah,
not
they
here
weren't gonna
threatening
have
nobody.
two
I'm not here
five
threatening
stars on
nobody.
offense
I'm
this
not
year.
calling nobody names.
Jensen,
Last week, Me and Garrison had whatever we had. That's it. It stood there.
Jeremiah
I'm not
Smith.
here calling nobody names, but this is what these dudes do. They get in the chat and talk tough. I'll spit in your face, you bum. Fuck out of here. I'm tired of these dudes thinking they
That wasn't
tough now.
about you though. You did you see the comment? It
Nah,
wasn't about-
because he came at me before, Johnny. He came at me before.
Oh.
Wait, TJ. So do you think it, like, overall question, like, do you think we improve record wise?
It's hard. I don't know. It's hard.
Everybody don't want to answer. I'm the only one that has a ball.
What happened? What happened, Juju? What you said?
We improve. No, listen.
We might improve.
No, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Offensively, we improve, but here's where I'm not sure. I'm not sure Ryan Day could get us to beat fucking Ohio State or Alabama. I think Sean Moore can do that because I think he's a leader of men. I'm not so sure Ryan Day's a real leader of men. I think he needed an elite all-star coaching staff and needs 5-star talent to win those big games. You know, like that's why he can't beat us. So that's why I'm just unsure. It's a hard question.
Now that I don't, but I don't disagree with that for the most part. I'm just simply does our record improve? Like, do we beat the three? Because I think we beat three teams with the play call. Three teams. I think we only lose 2 games.
Hold on,
that
Tim,
comes
hold on,
before the
Tim.
passing game. So.
Hold on, Tim. Let him finish.
I think we only lose 2 games, bro. Like with someone who just knows what the fuck they're doing.
What
like
games,
we all had faith in Kirk Campbell, bro. I had faith in Kirk Campbell.
What games?
Indiana,
Washington.
Illinois, and Washington, bro. Those were on a silver platter, bro.
Yeah, we should have won those.
Indiana for sure, 100%.
Our
Washington,
defense
you know
played
what killed me?
lights out, bro.
The Washington game, guys, do you remember? It's 17-17. Donovan Edwards had a hole the size of the Grand Canyon, bro. The dude just flips. The turf monster.
Yeah, I remember.
When you saw that, I said, we're going to lose this game. You just already knew.
Yeah.
You're not going to.
That one hurt my heart, bro.
We just, unfortunately, we didn't have the competent quarterback or the play calling to really overcome mistakes like that. See, JJ McCarthy, that's why he was such an elite dude, man. He could mask the flaws that Michigan had.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't have elite receivers, but JJ can make throws. He can make all the throws on the field. And on top of that, he can make plays with his feet. So
he had one late receiver. He had one.
Who was that, Timmy?
Roman Wilson, but outside
Roman Wilson was a slot receiver.
I wouldn't call him elite. Yeah, he was our slot that we had to put him on the outside because we really didn't have nothing. We did it, man. So this is why I respect him so much. You understand, as a quarterback, man, because he did with what we had was great, and he's an elite quarterback. I don't care about no other quarterback.
And May SmackDown begins.
Chill out, Tim. Like, come on. Dom already said I want to relax today and be friends. And here you go talking about
I love that he brought that up. Third down, bro. Like, it doesn't get that shit does not get talked
about.
No,
hey, no, Johnny, I'm here. So that all that nonsense that happened last week, I'm here. So
hey guys,
what's up, baby?
You know, I'm here as a representative of Hope College. So yeah.
Bro,
nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Week,
nobody cares. How about that? Nobody cares. How about that? Keep drinking your drink. Nobody cares. And you know what it is.
Hey.
Garrison, you got a
nobody cares. What? Hey, it's your face. But it don't matter what you say, because you're gonna say something stupid like you do every week.
Yeah.
So I'm here now, baby. I'm here now, baby.
I don't know what I said.
Let him say something stupid first.
He is, though. He is.
That's what he does.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was in here already. I was just continue what you were talking about.
Whatever, man.
Now, hold on. Wait for somebody to say. If you waiting on somebody to say something stupid, wait for him to say something stupid. Then you go at him.
Oh yeah.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting my presence be known because he's gonna get off topic soon. He gonna ask it. He gonna want somebody to answer his question. We're gonna ask a dumb question, and I'm gonna light him up.
Okay, just wait for it though. My God,
bro, what the fuck?
Just wait. Go ahead, Garrison. What you want to say? Because everybody really have to say something.
He just answered Juju's question. Sorry.
I didn't hear what you said, bro. Just go ahead, Garrison.
I think TJ was answering Juju's question. Sorry.
I'll be honest. I don't remember the question anymore.
The question was, do you believe you would have won at least 2 more games or more games right today?
Even one more, it don't matter. Do we improve, bro?
I'm not. I don't know. I'm torn. I think it'd be like 8-5 or 9-4. I mean, Ryan Day gets us over Alabama or an Ohio State team that we played against.
Okay, but does he get us over the 3 games that I mentioned?
Washington,
Possibly.
yeah.
You don't know how much one of those
Indiana,
quarterbacks is going to turn it over in them games.
I would say
Are we
Washington.
going to pass? Are we going to try to pass it more with that offensive line with a quarterback that makes bonehead mistakes?
The problem in
that's why I said, "What's the record?" I didn't say.
Yeah,
I just said, "What's the record?"
See, the problem with the Washington Indiana game is our offense stalled out hard and we couldn't get enough points. The defense was doing its job, but see, that's why I think we get those wins. But I'm not so sure we win against Ohio State, Alabama. So it's almost like
I'm not arguing that. I'm just
saying
the 3
then
win.
I think we break. Then I think it just breaks even. You know, I'm not sure.
Fair point.
Hey, I want to ask Garrison a question real quick. Hey, Garrison, why do Ohio State act like they doubted every season? They come into the college football season every year. Why act like that?
I don't know because I have no doubts.
Why your fan base act like that though? Like people be like ESPN and Fox is doubting them.
Hey Mar, you know what? Do me a favor. You know what? And shout out to
I just want to know why y'all do that? Y'all act like the world is against Ohio State. Like ain't nobody against y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how y'all act. Like y'all don't come in preseason number 2 every year and choke.
You know what, Mar?
Y'all, you remember when Reggie Miller did this to Spike Lee? This is what y'all do.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all do.
That's a pretty good question. And to honestly answer it, and this isn't to say we're right or wrong for this feeling, but for let's say the better part of 10, 15 years, the SEC was dominant, and to be outside their conference, the only real competition outside their conference was what? Florida State, Oregon in a couple of years, and Clemson. So up in the north, the only competition they really had was Ohio State. So after a while, we feel like teams from down south wanted you guys to win, and it got annoying. So yeah, it felt. And I'm not saying we're right, Juju, but no, I think part of us feel that way.
Hey Garrison, you said the down south teams wanted us to win, so they were against you, right?
Oh yeah, they did.
Hey, do you wonder why they against? A lot of the country is against Ohio State, except Ohio, the state of Ohio.
I don't know, but I hope they keep it that way.
You know why that is?
Yeah,
Hey, no,
you like that, Johnny? You like that?
No.
Hey, Garrison, you know why it's like that?
Why?
Because y'all don't have no accountability whatsoever for anything. It's always somebody else's fault. It's never Ohio State's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Y'all never take responsibility for anything, brother.
And Mar,
ever. You know, when you point one finger at somebody, it's 3 of them coming back. It's like y'all pointing fingers at us with a sign. Hey, hold on.
You
Hold on.
If Texas, they going to plant
Garrison
in the O if they win.
Yeah, they will do that to you.
They will. They've been definitely putting the Texas thing. I bet y'all won't get. I bet your team won't go out there.
Passing that law in Columbus was weak as fuck, Garrison.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. I got lost in this conversation.
Hey, hold on, Garrison.
Wait.
Ohio
State. What?
Tim said if Texas wins, is they gonna plant the flag?
Do they want to go to jail?
That's such a pussy law.
Hey,
is that an actual law?
So
that
is
shit
that real?
No, it ain't passed. It ain't never passed. It ain't never passed.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, listen. I mean, if you feel that way, you feel that way about my fan base. Again, I said
no. I don't feel that way about it. I'm saying that
a Big Ten team,
like 95% of the country has voted on this.
Wait, who are you? CNN? You did this poll? Like what?
No, I'm you, Garrison. I looked it up.
Mama,
not gonna pass.
let me explain to you why. Mama, let me explain to you why.
Hey, Garrison,
Always
I
you
looked
fan.
it up just like you do. When you on this live, you gotta go look it up, and then that's when you go speak your facts, and then you try to.
You know me.
Hey, facts, man. So I had to do.
Man, this is crazy,
I said,
bro.
let me try out with this Garrett. Let me do what Garrison be doing. Let me look this up. And yeah,
Wait.
and yeah, hey, only Ohio, the state of Ohio, voted for itself.
What?
That's
Jesus Louise, why do you
crazy.
feel some way? Wait, I don't like the way that sounds. Wait, I didn't see that emoji. I don't know what that means. Okay, we can move on.
Mama, listen.
What
Let me
up,
tell
though?
you
Hey, you see
what's
that
going on.
fight?
Yeah,
That fight
just
last night.
crazy.
Look. Now the Red Team lost that fight.
Yeah, he did. But hold on, we're talking football now. We'll talk
Got his
later.
ass beat.
So look, you
Facts.
have OSU fans, Mama. The rivalry started in 2001. You can't go past that. If you go past that, we were wearing leather helmets, according to them. It wasn't the modern era, right? So we only could bring that up. Because if we bring the 4 years in a row, that's what they bring up. But what's the record? OSU's never dominated the series like they did that stretch. They had two not consecutive, excuse me, 2 streaks of 8 wins in a row. They won 8 in a row. We beat them in 11. They won another 8 in a row. And still, double digits down in the series. So if all our wins were back when, leather helmets and what happened in the 90s, what happened in the 80s, you should have been way ahead in this series. But it don't work like that, Mama, or any Michigan fan on this panel, because you can't argue with OSU fans, right? Because and then they bring up, another thing. You're talking about Underwood. According to OSU fans, Underwood is transferring because we're gonna get the hammer. He's leaving. He's leaving. No. Listen. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Before people just say I'm just
Yeah,
talking.
apparently he's not getting his money neither.
He's not getting his money.
He's not going
The
to
Buckeye boys said it. Buckeye Scoop said it. I'm just saying, this is your fan base, homie, not mine. So this is what they say. So OSU fans.
Hey, Maniac.
How the fuck
Hey,
did he do
Maniac.
that, bro?
So I just got up here just to ask these questions because, hey, because as I look at it, the more I look at it, the more I look at it every day, I be like, man, they win a lot of games, but they sure do cry a lot.
The biggest crybaby. The biggest crybaby fan
and then
base
they
in
act
America.
like the world is against them.
All the time.
When ESPN dick rides you all the motherfucking time.
All the time.
And Gus Johnson.
Name me a season.
The
Name me the
world famous Ohio Krispy Kreme ass niggas.
Mama, go. When was the last time they had Ohio State outside the top 10 in the preseason? You can't. But yeah, it's against the world.
Hey, then you want to talk about Michigan and stand up. Then y'all ain't never had no stand up coaches. All y'all coaches stuff Ryan Day. This time coming too. But the three coaches before that didn't have no integrity. But you want to come over here and talk about Michigan's integrity?
Thank you, Mama. And you know what's funny, Mama? This is how a lot of the OSU fans are lost in the sauce. They can't even tell you why. They can't even tell you why them seasons why them games were vacated in that year. You ask them. Guess what they say.
That's why they wishing Michigan's get theirs vacated, but that's not going down, man. This is business, bro. And them TV contracts, ain't gonna let that.
Yeah, we're talking about your bum ass program, Garrison. We're talking about your bum ass program. We're talking about your bum ass program. Because it's a fucking bum ass program. Fucking thieves. You're fucking dirty.
Hold on, Maniac. Hold on.
Yo, I can barely breathe.
I know my guy TJ got to dip out. TJ, tell everybody where to find you and what you got going on.
Yeah, so you guys can find me at Michigan at the Voice of College Football. Tuesday, 8 p.m., we got the Michigan Wolverines live show with myself and John Diadamo. And then Thursday, 8 p.m., we have the Michigan Wolverines call-in show with myself and you already know, Johnny Olden, officially and forever. So we're looking forward to that. Check us out on the channel, subscribe, get at me on the socials at TJ_Ronan. And Johnny, you already know, it was a pleasure being on here.
TJ, I need a lot. Hey TJ, what up though? I'm sorry, I forgot you there. Sorry, my bro, I had to get up here and cook Garrison.
Oh, you good, bro? Everyone's good.
Hey, I've been working on my cooking of Garrison for the last week. So yeah, man, I had to come up with that.
Garrison this morning started getting me some shit, and then we ended up doing $100 bet.
You should have did more,
TJ,
bro.
you forgot about the Victor show.
Okay,
yeah.
Garrison, we got you.
On Monday, we got the Victor's Voice show with Bryce Sack and
see, he a Michigan fan.
Who?
I'm a company man.
Garrison's the Voice of College Football.
I'm a company man.
Yeah, he is a company man.
Company man.
But
newcomer Michigan fan.
Hey, Johnny, play it, Johnny.
Let me see.
Play it for me.
We'll see.
Okay, I got 77 subscribers.
CJ, I need some things, okay?
What can we say about this guy? The ancient Romans had a word for it. Asshole.
Bro, I love The Sopranos. But all right, I'm out. Mark, get at me. You already know.
I got you, bro. I need a whole bunch.
All right, CJ, appreciate you coming on.
Okay, but yeah, I just want to. Oh, you go ahead, Juju.
No, y'all was laughing. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, listen. I'm just trying to wrap my head around these things that this team in Columbus, Ohio, for the last 20 years. Hold on, Garrison. The last 20 years, y'all have come in at the top 5. Every season.
Dude, you said what?
Y'all have came into the preseason top 5 every season. And I'm still trying to understand, in the last 20 years that y'all came in at that high of ranking, who is outing y'all?
Hey, Dom, please note this, that Mar is the other politician. He came with a lot of facts today. He came with a lot of research. So big up to Mar. That's a good question, Mar.
I've been watching Judge Judy too.
Man, what
Wait, say the
Hey, Juju, I've been hydrating with Henny and orange juice. Try that.
Wait, tell me that last part.
Hey,
Say that last part of your question again.
You said what?
Say that last part of your question again for me.
I said the last 20 years. I'm gonna say it all over again. The last 20 years, I have came in as top 5, right? Okay. And then y'all come on this show, and then I was thinking a week ago, I'm like, why do they act like somebody's been doubting them when y'all come in top 5 every year, and don't do nothing with it. Y'all have the most talented roster in the Big Ten. You got you only won a couple Big Ten since the Big Ten championship came through.
Yeah, Mar. Hey, you know what, Mar? You know what? I'm happy you brought that
That
up.
was crazy.
I'm happy because Mar, he's not lying about anything he's saying right now. Because since the playoff, right? You know how I always say that like Ohio State's in a better position right now than it was Urban Meyer. Because don't get me wrong,
I don't believe that.
Ryan Day's only won the Big Ten once. He's only won the Big Ten once, so it ain't like he's done it. Like they ain't gonna be impressed by it.
Who been winning the Big Ten since then?
But you would think Urban
Ryan Day has won the Big Ten twice. He's won it twice. He's won the Big Ten twice.
But
he's won it in 2019 and 2020.
Well, yeah, he won in 2020, but sure.
COVID year, I ain't even.
Urban Meyer would have won it.
Yeah, but Juju, they count that Clemson win. So they.
No, I got it. I'm just saying
you
for me, I don't even count the COVID for
but
any
you would have
team,
thought
bro.
that
That shit
Urban
was
Meyer
ass.
would have won it more than 3 times. So what Mar is saying is correct. Ohio State's only won the Big Ten 5 times since the playoffs have started. So, don't get me wrong. How many Big Ten teams are there, guys?
14, like 16 now.
And we have half of them.
The 18 teams.
And we have half of them.
Okay. And you finished 4th in the 18.
Bro. Before this last year,
okay,
Big Ten.
Mark, can we be honest about finishing 4th this season? We did beat Indiana and Penn State. You know?
Okay.
All right, but we can't do that. We can't do that because in 2016. Hold on, Mark. Hold on.
I'm about to say we did.
Because he's saying that. Look. And this is where I get him, Mama.
Juju, you saw me saying it. You saw it.
He wants to bring up. He says so. Mama. He says, listen to him. He said the reason they finished 4th, or we beat Indiana, we beat Penn State. But in 2016, when they got shut out, listen, 31-0. Penn State won the Big Ten. They didn't go to the playoffs. Right, and they beat They beat what? No, listen to me. I'm talking about Penn State. They did. I'm talking about that year. Penn State didn't go to the playoffs because y'all had a better Big Ten record than them by 1 game, but they beat y'all. So don't say because we beat Indiana, Penn State. You lost.
Stop. Penn State won the Big Ten.
And they lost to Michigan that year.
In 2016. In 2016, they did.
Yes, they let us in, but you have to remember the reason they let us in is because you guys don't
listen to exactly. So same thing with you. They had 2 Big Ten losses, same thing you did. Hence why you finished 4th, bro. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
What I was gonna finish saying was we did beat those 2 teams, but because of our loss to you guys, yes, we in fact did finish 4th. Like, I'm not negating that. I was never discrediting that.
So then why you bring it up then? It is a mute point if you're going to bring it up. Just say, yeah, we finished 4th and eat that. It's always something. You always got to throw a sprinkle in something just to make it. Like, you give Michigan their props, but in the same sentence, you're going to say something disrespectful about them. That's the way you operate.
Could have won in Penn State. They could have been in the playoffs.
Ohio State, if you want to talk about, Ryan Day is a couple of bounces from winning 3-4 natties. Well, if we're going to play that game, if we want to play that game, well, you're lucky in 2014. You're lucky. And the year y'all play LSU, because like 4 teams before y'all lost and y'all made it to the BCS, y'all got lucky. This season, y'all got lucky because it was expanded. So let's not play the what ifs. Kirby Smart is a play away from winning 3 natties. Saban, 8 natties. He's a play or 2 away. So let's not play that game.
Kirby Smart is probably the 2nd or 3rd greatest coach of my generation. So I'm not. No, he said, I'll probably call him the 3rd best coach of my generation. So like, or since 2000, I would call him number 3. So I never said Ryan Day was better than Kirby Smart.
I know you didn't. No, you're right. You're right. I give you that. You never said that. But your fan base, I have to reiterate that just in case, because they say that.
If they feel that, if they feel that way.
Yeah, but that's not a fact. That's an opinion.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that every time you use our fan base, bro. If they feel that way, I'm gonna use that.
So the topic is Ryan Day, Johnny. What was it? The Ryan Day was.
If Ryan Day coached Michigan last year with the same exact roster, what would the record be?
Same exact roster. Don't say if he had same thing to say.
9-3.
That's what I say.
That margarita hit.
Because we would have beat
Johnny. 6
no
and 6
disrespect.
or 7.
Hey, I love my guy Sharon, but
wait, Steven, you said what?
I love my dude Sharon, but
you said 6 and 7?
Yeah.
I said 6 and 6 or 7 and 5. He's not a tough like Ryan Day saw as a coach.
Thank you.
He saw as a coach.
And that's what not playing better. Hey, Steve. And that's what I was going to get to my next point. That was my next point. Is he a good coach, or is he a good coach or a good play caller?
Wait, Steven.
Hey, first of all,
That should be the question. Did you hear me, Steven? That should be the question. Is he a good coach or a good play caller?
Johnny, hold up. Hey, Johnny, am I off? Am I off with 6 and 6 and 7 and 5?
Not with me. I agree.
I disagree.
I got my doubts on how good the team would be.
Yeah, because it's a
I don't. Ryan Day, the energy he carries to me as a man, I'm not gonna question that. As a coach, he's a front runner. Like he coaches his best when the game is tight. You see how you saw with Michigan. The last game, his face gets red. He acts like he doesn't know what he's doing. When the game is tight, Ryan Day becomes who Ryan Day is. They need to have a large lead, like in the Texas game playoff. He looked so nervous until Jack Sawyer got that fumble. He looked nervous, like the guy. Sharon Moore doesn't look nervous. Sharon Moore's like, okay, well, we're gonna do this. Ryan Day is like, man, please, somebody make a play. He's a front running type of coach. You can tell it on his face. If they're not beating the team by 30 or 40, he doesn't know what to do. He's on the sidelines with the hands on his hips, looking frustrated at his players. You don't see that with Coach Moore. So 6 and 6, 7 and 5, like I said.
I hate this coach, bro.
He might get fired at Michigan.
Yes, facts. Thank you. They think this guy's Jesus Christ. Come on, get him out of here.
I think he might get fired.
Beating Rutgers and Maryland. Yay. Purdue. Yay. You beat Purdue. Fuck out of here.
Go on and respond, Garrison.
Fuck.
So, Steven, I know we've had our differences, but I do believe you know football more than just a basic level. So my question for you is, do you believe Ryan Day to be a better schemer and play caller on offense than what you guys had this past season? And by that logic, based on your answer, if you have, do you believe the team would have done better offensively?
No.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna pull one of yours. Let me ask you. I'm gonna do what you do.
Yes, Steven.
I'm gonna do what you do instead of answering the question, because football is offense, defense, and special teams, right? I don't think even with so we talking about the same roster, the same Alex Orji who can't grow, the same Davis Warren who ain't that good, the same run, because Michigan's running backs and offensive line to me are better than the Buckeyes running backs and O-line. The reason I say that, I look at them head to head. Michigan put up 172, you guys put up 77. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the whole season. So to answer you, I'm going to answer your question like I want to. As a coach, I don't trust Ryan Day in crunch time when the games are tight. He's a front runner, like I said. He doesn't play well when the game is tight. He hopes somebody makes a play. You saw it against Notre Dame. You saw it against Texas. You just see that. If they're not out 10 or whatever points, 10 plus points, I don't think the defense plays better with Ryan Day as the head coach, because sometimes he goes for the gusto way too much, and he costs his team. He keeps the defense on the 2023. No, we ain't doing that. 2023. When they played Michigan in 23, they tied the game up, right? Or they were down by 3. What happened? Michigan runs the ball for 6 straight minutes. 6 straight. Blake and them were just playing with him at that point.
How was that on Ryan Day?
Let me finish. Ryan Day's a head coach. So you don't tell the defensive coordinator to make an adjustment because Coach Saban does. Coach Smart does. They do. Great head coaches do that. You see them running all over us, do something different. Ryan Day doesn't have that in him. What Coach Moore did with Wink is Wink. What happened against Indiana, Illinois, doesn't happen against the Buckeyes. Then what happened? He made adjustments. They won the game against the number 2 offense in the country.
Wink made the adjustment.
I didn't say what's wrong. I said Sharon Moore told Wink Martindale to make some adjustments, and he made the adjustments. That's what I said.
I think Wink Martindale is just that good. Like Juju can make his own adjustments.
Juju, I mean, your arms probably hurt. You've been carrying Ohio water for 3 weeks, so go ahead and do your thing. I'm not done with you anyway, Juju. For real, bro.
Steven, just so you know, in the playoffs, Ohio State ran a different defense because Ryan Day started going in the defensive room, which was something that Jim Knowles didn't like, and asked him, hey, no more contain with the DNs, no more of that, we're doing this. So, in actuality, Ryan Day has gone and improved the defense. Mind you, again, because I always have to bring this up, in 2018, Ohio State has worst defense in 40-some years. The next year,
Statistically.
Ryan Day had the number 1 defense in the nation.
Against Hogan, okay. What year we talking about?
Against
What year we talking about?
scrubs.
2023? Against who? What year was that, Garrison?
Which year-
2019.
You said they had the number 1 defense in the nation. 2019?
You know what?
Okay. Somebody, hey Johnny, pull up that schedule. I'm not trying to make light of the schedule. Pull up the schedule because
Johnny,
Clemson beat them, right? Didn't Clemson beat them in the playoff? Yes or no?
Yes, they did.
Okay, well, and pull up Clemson's offense. And because 2 people beat them in that. So pull up the Ohio schedule that year. Somebody just pull it up. Anybody. Because we got to keep things in context. Keep it in context.
Wait, wasn't Clemson the defending national champion?
Doesn't matter what they were.
What's that have to do?
Doesn't matter.
No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. They lost a lot of them players. Stop. They lost a lot of players. Stop.
So they had Travis Etienne.
Okay.
And in Sunshine, they lost for 2 players.
You had a stacked roster so you had Chase Young, you had animals, a bunch of 5-stars on your defense and on your offense. So what are we doing? But again, you see, but this is, but you see, Steve, you see the excuses.
Every year, bro, I told you I was waiting for me. He talking about come didn't want to run national champion. That got nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with nothing. They were national champions in name only, not the team.
Steven, all right, no, I see what the disconnect is. I didn't bring up them winning the national championship to like discredit anything. I was saying like that was a really good roster too. Like that was a good team.
They weren't the same team. Stop, man.
Ohio State should have won that game. They should have.
But they didn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. What are we arguing?
I got this part.
We're not arguing nothing. You brought it up, so you're arguing against your own point. I didn't bring up Clemson 2018 national championship. You brought it up.
Didn't you have Jeffrey Okuda?
Wait, bro, we were talking about Ryan Day and improving defense.
Thank you, bro.
I answered my
Out of your
question.
fucking minds if we going 6-7. Out of your fucking mind.
Actually, with Ryan Day, we going 4-8. I'm trolling. What happened? I'm trolling 4-8. We going 4-8. He's a bum. He's a bum. He's a bum. He's a bum.
Bro,
Nah, he's a bum. Fuck out of here. Because all OSU fans, all they do is disrespect Michigan on their channel and they chat. So you want to come to Michigan channel, you're going to get fried. I don't give a fuck. That's it.
Steve,
Real simple.
You guys would have done better with like Kirby Smart head coach.
Fuck out of here.
What was your question?
No, everything is Juju. Juju.
Yeah, Juju.
Yo, Johnny, get Garrison the shirt that says Juju.
Hold up. What's your question?
What was
the question?
Sorry, I missed Steven.
What was your question?
You guys would have had a better record
my
than,
question is,
Kirby Smart
let's
or
say that Ryan Day,
Dabo.
let's say
Man, we keeping it on Ryan Day and Sharon Moore. We ain't talking about Kirby Smart.
I was gonna ask the same.
We're not moving the goalposts, brother. I know you're trying, but no, we ain't doing that today, bro. The reason all last week, your whole I watched you and your fan base talk all this nonsense. So we're not, especially you, bro. I really don't like you. So no matter what you ask me, I don't want to really answer. I just don't like talking to you as a person.
Steve.
What's up, baby?
You spitting, Steve. You spitting.
Let's say
CG. Go ahead.
Let's say that if Ryan Day, if he was coaching at a college school where okay, the offense with the run game, the seem like at Michigan, the reason why I don't think that we can never make the playoffs if Ryan Day was the head coach, because in Michigan, their identity on offense is the run game. It's the most important way. The only have a elite or good passing offense. Now for the defense, you stopping the running backs is more important. The stopping the running backs sets up the
passing game.
It sets up the passing game. On defense,
Right.
you stopping the running backs. So when the third down is you your outside players, they're gonna be able to sack the quarterback. But now at Ohio State, no. Okay, their offense and defense is based on if the pass game is terrible, you won't be able to get no rushing touchdown. Now you can't set the quarterback. You're gonna lose the rushing battles in Michigan,
right?
And they're looking for coaches that's run game first and stopping the run first. Because when you do it the opposite way, it might be harder to win those big games.
Well, Thunder, this is what they're going to do. This is what I predict for Ohio, what they're going to do this year. And this is for everybody. So make sure y'all remember this, that when they lose to Texas and they lose to Michigan, and let's just say they lose to Penn State, these are the three excuses they're going to have. One with Texas. Well, Texas didn't lose as much as us. We're the reigning national champions, but we got new coordinators. So we got to give them time, and we got a new quarterback. So they're going to be we got new tackles, because apparently with Ohio, they lost to Remington Award winner, who was actually the third best center in college football behind Florida's and Notre Dame. Let's be real. They lost 2 tackles. They lost the whole deal. They lost all this, but according to them, they just recruit out of this world. They need time to adjust. Julian saying whatever. When they lose to Penn State, well, Jim Knowles knew the play. So he took it up to Penn State. They knew what we were running. And when they lose to Michigan, it's going to be a culmination of all that. They tired. They lost all these players. They lost their coach. All this stuff. Just listen. And they might lose. Now, say they don't lose to Penn State, but they lose another game. These are going. I'm glad you wrote it down too, Jordan Baker. These are going to be the excuses. These are going to be the. I said I don't know about Illinois. I'm not calling that. So you tried it. But when they lose these games, they're gonna have every excuse in the world. Instead, I'm gonna land the plane here shortly. Instead of just saying these teams were better than us, y'all remember last year, Washington, Illinois, Texas, all the games we lost, Indiana. We were mad at certain players, but at the end of the day, didn't we blame the team, Johnny? Did we not blame the team? I know you did. You went on epic rants about the coaching staff and the team. When it comes to the Buckeyes.
Yeah, just irresponsible.
Will Howard this. The kick with that. It's never the whole team because they're the brotherhood. They win as a brotherhood. They lose as individuals. I was blaming Evan Link a lot last year. I was blaming a lot of players. But at the end of the day, Washington, we know the refs screwed Michigan. But Michigan took the loss. With them, it's all. Y'all remember this. Remember this. What's today? Maybe it's Mother's Day. Remember this, please. When they lose those games, I guarantee the whole fan base is going to be blaming everybody. Ryan Day he's a hot topic today. They're going to want him fired this November. They're losing to Michigan. You can take that to the bank. They're not right now. It's a mentality thing. They're not.
I think they lose.
When Texas gets them, I don't want to hear nothing. And when they lose that third or fourth game, watch how much they turn on Ryan Day. Just watch. This is the Ohio way. Point blank. It's just their way.
Defensive coordinator.
Oh, CG, go on ahead and say what you wanted to. CG wanted to ask you something, Garrison.
No, fellas. Hey, what's up, everybody? Maybe
what's going on, champ? How you doing?
Garrison, man, I've been waiting all week, just to approach you with something, bro. When was it last week, this week, about Blake Corum, bro? Man, I was ready to come through the phone at you, bro. He's special, bro. Please don't do.
He is special, bro.
Michigan running back that run the natty forwards like that, bro. He's special. Now he might not be special in Ohio State eyes. That's fine.
They ain't never had
Michigan
nobody
fans,
score
bruh,
27 TDs
he
in a
was
season.
special. I've been looking at video of this kid, man. No, he was special, bro. Please,
Johnny,
don't
you
do it.
what?
Don't do Blake like that, bro. You can do anybody, but not
Who
Blake,
scored
bro.
27 touchdowns?
Yeah, he won games for it, Johnny. You approached it, Johnny. You did get on your live and you addressed it. I'm glad you did.
Yeah,
that.
Eddie
I think he
George,
was an
Because
absolute special
M3,
player.
Eddie
I
George,
feel like M3 bowing
Archie
down to
Griffin,
Garrison with that. I didn't like
Ezekiel.
that, bro.
No,
You
no.
can't wrap the hat and then let Garrison come in and tell
No.
us one
Boy
of
was
our
special.
players
He's a
not
great
special,
running
bro.
back, bro. He's special.
We don't do that
Quinshawn
here in
and
Michigan.
Travion together didn't have that.
CG,
Yeah.
you
No,
100% right.
Johnny, you're right.
That's what
I
they
know
do,
I am. I looked
CG.
it up.
They always,
Man, like
they
had
always.
55
Facts,
touchdowns in his
Johnny.
career, bro. That's I don't care who you are.
So,
55 touchdowns.
Facts.
That's
so,
special.
so CG, just like
Hey,
Steve said, right?
What
OSU, there's
CB
always
said?
an
That's
excuse.
CB.
Mm-hmm.
They
You
hey,
always
gotta let him
Maniac.
excuse.
respond,
Hey,
Maniac. You asked him
Oh,
a
all
question.
right,
Let
all
him,
right,
let
all
him,
right.
let
Go
him
ahead, go ahead.
respond. Then you go ahead when he finishes.
Johnny, the only running back I think that would have came close to that
I've
might
been
have been
doing some
JK, but I
research
don't know if he did.
on Map of
Probably not.
Latricia and
Probably
his
not.
Go ahead,
Do you
Jerson.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. JK probably not. But to answer your question, CG, so I can understand. To be honest with you here, like I can understand why to a Michigan fan, Blake Corum is special to them. When I was talking special, I meant like when I think about like the talent of a Derrick Henry, when I think about he said like the talent of a Zeke Elliott, when I think of the talent of an Adrian Peterson, those are the guys that I see as special. A Melvin Gordon, I see those guys as special players. So it wasn't necessarily saying that I'm not saying he wouldn't be special to you guys. Like I believe, like say JT Barrett is
Yeah,
special for a
almost
lot of
done.
Ohio State. I don't think JT Barrett is a special quarterback.
Right.
But JT Barrett, he broke all of Drew Brees' records. But that doesn't mean I believe he'll be a special quarterback.
Right, but Garrison, look at his.
He was at
runs,
12
bro.
years.
You got to see the same thing, Garrison. He was just that special. Ask them
Comment
same
back
guys
on
that you just
about
mentioned.
in 30
Now
minutes.
he wasn't
CG,
drafted
again, you're
high.
missing what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he can't be special to you guys. The same way Ohio State fans, we believe JT Barrett is special to us. What I'm saying is that they are not special football players.
Yes, he is, man. That's your
Garrison, you
opinion.
can't say
That's
that,
your
bro.
opinion.
Look what he
That's
did
not a
to y'all
fact.
in them years that he put. Okay, 21, 22, he was hurt. 23, look at what he did. Do those special plays, Garrison. That's why I want you to
CG,
get to the
do you
season.
think Reggie Bush is special?
Hell yeah.
Do you think Blake Corum is on that level?
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Just because you like the
No,
button
no.
Reggie Bush, bro. That's two different
That's why I
bats.
tried to get you to
They two
clarify it
different
the other
bats.
day when you said it. Because
let me.
what are we talking about? Are we talking the elite of the elite?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So this is why he do.
I think
No.
I think like because Johnny, I do like what you say when we like. I think I believe in this too, where you separate college and the NFL. But I think you would also agree with me where if you are a special college football player at any position, you will it's going to show in the draft. And then also when I look at the qualities and the skill set of a football player, I don't believe Blake Corum to be a special running back that
Garrison, it doesn't always show in the
Stop
draft.
that. You sound foolish. Tom Brady, Brock Purdy, Terrell Davis. Bro, I could tell you players that was drafted in the 5th round, bro. They made Hall of Fame. What are we this dude,
All right, so
just say
Maniac,
you don't like Michigan.
Maniac. Hey, Maniac. So since you want to do that, Aiden Hudson had a better having a better career than Chase Young. All right, then there we go.
Well, that's
You said
all.
what?
That's bananas.
Aiden Hutchinson's having a better career than Chase Young.
Aiden's a better pro than Chase. Yes, what are we talking about? But
same thing you talking about.
Yeah, sadly, bro.
The goal line. Here we go. The goal line.
How many is a better pro?
Thank you, Maniac. Yeah.
This is crazy right here.
It
Because
is.
this shows that you didn't really watch Michigan.
Nope.
And this is the craziness in the head right
Yeah, the delusion.
So you got people that say JJ didn't do nothing. You got people that say JJ didn't do nothing.
Mhm.
Well, then how they get to the goal line if JJ didn't do nothing? Was it Blake? Because Donovan had a horrible year that year, 2023. So who was it? Who was getting us
Bro.
down there to get to the 5? And if we
JJ
got
was
to the 5, it
absolutely
was money.
special.
Once you got to the 5, that dude was automatic.
He talking
He
about
had the
every-
same
Blake or was
people
it
asking
JJ?
why JJ is top 10 pick, but the same people that don't realize that he's legit, bro. He's the best quarterback on third down in the run first offense.
That's
guys,
crazy. That's crazy.
Do you get what I mean when I say like JT Barrett is special to Ohio State fans and what he did for a program?
That changing the context. That changing
No,
the
you
context.
changing it. No, did JT?
I know
You
what
didn't
you're-
win.
I know
A,
what you're
you
saying.
did JT win the national
Facts, man.
championship?
Yes.
Facts, man.
No, he didn't. He
He
wasn't the
wasn't starting
quarterback. Who was the quarterback?
Our
Who
third
was the
stringer. Our third stringer. Our third stringer.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Blake was the
So,
running back.
12 gauge.
so it wasn't JT Barrett.
Yeah, Blake was the running back. He's a starting running back.
Blake, we don't win the natty without Blake. Without Blake, we don't win the natty.
Guys, again, I'm not just talking about the natty. Like JT Barrett broke all of Drew Brees'
We don't care. He's a bum.
He
We
was
don't
in
care
college
about
for
him.
how?
We're
You
talking
talking high
about
school?
Blake
You talking
Corum.
high school?
We're talking about Blake Corum. We don't talk about
In high school.
OSU bums.
So, no, Maniac, this is what he's doing. He's saying, okay, well, JT is special to Ohio fans like Blake is. But like, when you say special, you name a certain group of running backs. So Ashton Jeanty wasn't special to Boise fans as well as the nation. Know what you're telling me?
No, I think Ashton Jeanty is a special running back.
Okay, what makes him special? What makes him just one season? So one season makes him special, right? Because he wasn't like this last year. Ashton Jeanty, what did he do? I'm sorry, 2 seasons ago. What did he do 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
You talking about 1 year.
There you go.
What did he do 2 seasons ago? Look it up.
If you guys want to argue if Ashton Jeanty is a
What
special
did he do
We're
2
not
seasons ago?
arguing.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Bro, I'm not having no. I've said this. I'm gonna stick true to this. I refuse to have dumb conversations.
Oh, now
You asking a dumb question.
Yo, you see,
You
this
asking a
is
dumb
why.
question.
See, Johnny, this is why I get on old boy. Because he said dumb. How's a dumb conversation? He asked him if he's special. So he was special for 1 year. 1 year that makes him special. He had one good
You
season.
can't go that far, bro.
He
That
had
ain't gotta be
13
special, bro.
He did have 1,300 yards the year before.
What up, yo? Yeah, 1,300. That's special.
Hey, listen, hold on.
Hey, Mays, you just
Hold
dropped
on,
the
Garrison.
bottom,
I know
bro.
what you're gonna ask me. I know what you're gonna ask me. I just want to come here and get the smut off my name that CG or whatever. What's his name? So I put on my name.
Yeah.
Get that smut off my name, man. Listen, what I said was, if we had to qualify Blake for being special, then he's not special. I also believe I want to double that Blake
You in the portal, bro.
at Michigan. However, he physically has nothing. He's not special. He's not fast. He's not overly fast. His best quality is the jump cut and his shiftiness in between the tackles. But again, we've seen that from other players. There's nothing necessarily about Blake Corum, the individual, physically special.
But man,
I stand by that. I stand by that.
I disagree.
But that was the
He had a
conversation.
No, bro. You can't tell me. No, bro. You can't tell me how to fan, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tell me how to fan, dog. I've been a Michigan fan my whole life, my guy. Don't tell me how to fan, fam. And the other thing is this, bro. You can have your belief about Blake, and and that's cool. I'm not standing here trying to fight you over that. I believe Blake was great. He's Blake the Great Corum. I stand by that.
Yeah.
Blake, physically, there's nothing special about Blake Corum. That's it.
But
M3,
I would maybe in the NFL, no.
I'm not arguing with you with that, bro. The thing is, we allow Garrison to downplay our players. That's the OSU fan.
Okay.
M3. That's what I'm saying.
Playing victim. Always playing victim. Like always you always do. Victim.
No,
Play
Mays,
victim.
Bro, that's it, M3. I wasn't arguing with you, and you, my guy, it's nothing, bro. I just don't allow us as Michigan fans allowing
Right.
OSU
No, I
fans.
get it.
Garrison,
I
you
get
from
it.
Michigan? I'm from Michigan too.
Maze,
From the
Maze,
East Coast,
wait,
we play
Maze, can I
West
say
Side.
something real quick, bro?
To downplay
Maze,
our players and we agree with them. We got to rally
Yeah,
these players,
I
bro.
got an issue with that
That
too.
brought
Oh,
Maze.
that guy
wait,
brought us a national championship, bro. That's it. So I'm
wait,
gonna
that's a
ride with
fact.
him. That's it, M3.
That's a
And
fact.
that's it.
And I'm
That's
gonna
my
ride with
opinion.
him.
That's mine and
hold
yours.
on,
We
And we
both
Maze,
still good.
riding.
We still good. That's
yeah,
it.
you have to
But
Absolutely.
disagree
because
on that.
Maze, one
Garrison,
second, bro. Just because I hate when we do this. Just because we say, because you agree with me, just because I say something, I'm downing another player.
You always
You
do it.
are.
You always do it.
did,
You
bro.
always
You
do
did.
it with Michigan players all the
Bro,
time.
Maze, you just heard me say, like you were listening. I just said, JT Barrett is special to Ohio State fans.
We don't care about the bum. He's a fucking bum. We don't care about him.
He making
That's
a
why
Nobody
joke.
I'm
can know. See,
mentioning
you
him.
changing the context. Nobody
We
can.
don't
Nobody
care
can
about
say,
him.
okay,
It's the same
hold on,
thing.
Maze. Garrison, let me ask you this.
Hey,
So
listen, I'm traveling.
you
If
brought
I
up
lose
Reggie
y'all, I'm
Bush.
in the
So you
portal.
brought up Reggie Bush. Is
That's my
Reggie
bad.
Bush? You said Reggie Bush was a special player, right? Reggie Bush was a special player, right?
Right.
Okay,
I
who
think
was the
so.
more versatile player? Who was the more versatile running back when Michigan had Corum and Edwards? Who was the more versatile? Let's just say versatile player. Who should have been the more versatile player?
Edwards.
Okay, so in USC, who was the better running back, Lindell White or Reggie Bush? And was Lindell special, or was he just a good running back?
Lindell White was not a special running back.
Exactly. But
Lindell was not special.
who did his thing against Texas? Who kept him in the game against Texas? It wasn't
Right.
Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
That
It
was
was
Lindell
Lindell.
White.
So you don't have
Right.
to be special to be great.
You're picking
That's not what he's saying though.
You're picking
That's a
one
fact.
player.
Bro, you
I'm
saying
not
the same
talking
thing
to
I'm
you.
saying, Steve?
I'm agreeing.
He's
I'm
saying the
agreeing
same thing I'm
with
saying.
When
M3.
y'all want
I
to
agree
talk
with
about
M3
special,
here.
y'all leagues is the school.
I agree
Johnny
with
Manziel
M3.
was a special running back, was a special quarterback in college. So was Tebow. That don't mean they special player. They were just special in their system. Blake Coleman is a special running back in his
Okay.
system, but he's still special. That don't mean he's
M3.
bad. Guys. He
I
put
agree
up
with
best numbers
M3
on
though.
Ohio State, guys.
He was
I
a
agree with
great
M3.
running back for the system. That doesn't make him a special football
Yes,
player.
it does. Yes,
No,
it does.
he
Yes, it
exceeded
does. Fuck out of
expectations.
here.
Yes, he did. And he was special. Yes, he did. He exceeded expectations.
Listen, Garrison, because you fucking claim you're a fucking genius on stack boxes. Stack boxes. Corum did what he did. You fucking bozo. I told you, man. Like, it's not he downplays Michigan players all the time. He come here,
He
he say
really
the
does. He
dumbest
really
shit,
does.
but he
You
really
talking about
does.
he
But he
wasn't special.
claim he a
But you
fucking
said
genius.
Jeremiah Love was special when he didn't put up the numbers as Blake. But didn't you say Jeremiah Love was special last week?
Hey, Maze, I'm sorry that
Don't put
Matt
me.
is
I'm not.
out
No,
here.
Maze, be quiet. Maze,
That was Maze. First it was
don't say
Juju.
nothing.
First it was Juju. Now it's Maze.
Don't say nothing.
Maze.
I'm talking about you, Garrison. You
Hold on,
said
y'all
Jeremiah Love was special, right?
y'all gotta let him say what he gonna say, guys.
But
For y'all
don't
to
put
jump
nobody.
on
Don't say
his
Juju and Maze. Leave them out of it. I'm talking to you, Jordan Baker.
shit.
You, Maze, don't say nothing.
I'm sorry that math is so hard for you guys that you can't understand.
Lord have mercy. Answer the question. Is Jeremiah Love special? Yes or no?
6.9 yards. 6.9 yards.
So that makes him
Don't
special.
matter.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but bro, how many touchdowns he put up last year? Look at the yard and touchdown. Did he put up
Hey,
27?
M3,
Yes or no?
M3,
Did he put up 27 touchdowns? Yes or no?
Well,
Yes or no?
M3, dog.
Did he put up 27 touchdowns? Yes or no? Don't I thank you. That's what I thought. You ain't got nothing. But he's special though. But he didn't put up as many.
Hold on, real quick, Garrison. Real quick, Garrison. I'm gonna let you cook. Real quick. Blake Corum in 2021, 6.7 yards a carry.
As a
Got him. Got him.
It don't matter, Johnny. It's only when he says it matters.
He was great, bro. He was. Whoa. I think we can all agree that 2022 Corum was better than 2023 Corum. I think.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't even
He
try.
was better than 23 Corum.
Yeah, this was 2021 when he was still fast.
2022, that season was
We
insane.
talked about that on my channel before. 2020, 2021 Blake Corum, much faster versions of Blake Corum than 2022,
Yeah,
2023 Blake Corum.
Wait.
Blake
If
Corum, man.
we're gonna sit here and say if we're gonna call Blake Corum special as a football player for having 27 touchdowns, bro, I would be uncomfortable if an Ohio State fan came to me and said, because JT Bear broke all the.
Oh my God, this dude.
Lord have mercy.
JT bum ass
Y'all
Barrett.
said Jeremiah Smith was special though, right? Jeremiah Smith special to y'all?
That's a little bit different.
Yeah, he's fucking special, bro.
You doing a career.
Okay,
You saying
I'm going.
he
Look at his stats. Look at his stats. Look at what's special about them stats.
Hey, somebody drop him in
McMillan had him big.
It reminds me of the boot camp. All right, but anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. JJ, what's special about JJ Smith's stats regular season? Compare him to McMillan. Compare them to the top 5 receivers. Compare them. What's special about them stats?
About who's stats?
Are you asking
Jeremiah
what's
Smith.
special? Okay,
No, Travis Hunt is special. McMillan is special. He didn't even touch them. So what's special about JJ Smith's stats? It took him 5 more games to barely get more yards than some of them guys. So what's special about him? Is he Randy Moss? No. Is he Megatron? No. Is he Amari Cooper? No. What's special about Smith? But it took him an extra 5 games to get some of them same yards. Look at you. Am I lying? Look at Alexander wide receiver McMillan. Look at McMillan.
Hold on, Steve. How many of them were doing that as a freshman?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No. Okay. Marvin Harrison then. Was he special compared to Malik Neighbors and Will Medusa?
He was a freshman. He wasn't.
What?
Marvin
was special. And what's special about his stats, though? What's special about it? Don't matter freshman or not. What's special about those stats? And a throwing offense. What's special about his stats?
With a bunch of 5 stars.
I'll answer. It's the fact that as a true freshman, take away his 6'4" frame, 220 pounds, ring of 4'4".
I didn't ask you about that.
It's the fact that in the most competitive position room in college football, as a true freshman, he was the number 1 guy.
So he still lost.
You didn't answer my question. That's the
most competitive position group or position room in the American, bro.
Everybody knows. Quarterback. Stop. Like he got against Texas, he had 1 catch for 2 yards. That's special. Against Michigan, they had 5 catches for 35 yards, but that's special.
He's special, though, Steve.
Right?
Steve, you know why he's special? Because it's Ohio State.
Don't do that, maniac.
I'm done. No, M3, I'm done with OSU fans. Fuck them. That's how I feel. Fuck them.
He's special because he got. Look at Booker stats.
Sunday show. When I get on this Sunday show, this is the way I'm going. I don't care about them. They talk shit about Michigan on all their channels. They take shots, and then they come here and try to downplay Michigan. Your team is fucking bums. You can't beat Michigan with your 5 stars. Jeremiah Smith, fucking 35 yards. He's a bum.
He's a
bum.
You know what's funny about this? I'm the same guy that argues up and down.
Thank you, Venice. Thank you.
Underwood is more talented than TSC, but never mind.
He's better than Sagan. He's a bum.
What does that mean, though? What does that mean? Everybody knows that. What does that mean?
Hold on. So we 2 people don't think Jeremiah's special. M3, do you think?
We don't care about Ohio State. They can't beat us. When they beat us, they could talk. But now they need to shut up and just accept it. Nah, they whack. They trash ass program.
Oh damn!
What do you guys think about the next
snakes? Urban Meyer, you a snake. Jim
Juju, okay. Ohio Juju. If he has less yards this year, whose fault is that going to be? The offense. If Smith has less yards and less touchdowns, is he going to be less special?
Hold on,
yes or no?
I'm trying to get everyone's opinion. Like, if you think, like, who thinks he's special or not. Like, M3, you think he's special? I wonder if he's in the portal, bro.
Is he froze?
Yeah.
M3's frozen.
No,
do you think Jeremiah Smith is special?
No, my bad. Yeah, I'm in the portal, bro. I don't know where I'm at right now.
Oh, you good? Go ahead.
In the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Okay. No. All right. What was the question to me?
It was, do you think Jeremiah Smith is special?
I think Jeremiah Smith is a special player.
Okay. Marmar.
Right.
Marmar, do you think he's special?
Hey, who's special?
Jeremiah Smith.
I thought you were talking about Garrison, like special. My bad.
What did he say?
thought you was talking about Garrison special. Yo, Mark, you stupid, man.
That's you gotta fuck with you, Garrison. All right, hey, Jeremiah Smith, I'm a realist. If he can, we don't know what the sophomore season is gonna look like.
Jeremiah Smith don't need to do nothing else. Listen. I'm gonna tell you how real I am about this question. You know, earlier in the season,
Hey,
I was cooking Jay.
Hey, Small. I
was cooking Jeremiah. By the end of the season, though, I had to admit he him.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, yeah, he tough, man.
Hey, Jeremiah Smith got the chance to be special. He do.
Johnny,
bro. Mark, I can't take you serious, bro.
Johnny,
I'm just saying, bro. Juju.
Are we really having a conversation that Jeremiah Smith isn't special?
Yeah, we're having a conversation. You just got up here, so you sit there.
Steven, shut up, man. I'm tired of your big ass mouth.
That's what you do.
Who's next?
With your $10 microphone.
I'm ready to spit.
Hey, Steve, you're a bitch, dude.
I know. You won't say it to my face, though.
Come on, guys. Let's
conversation.
Hey, hold the fuck up. Hold on.
Hey, don't let him time. Stop cutting off.
Hey, don't call people bitches up. You don't call another
okay, but I'm tired of Steve bullying people, man. He's a bully.
Don't ask you to come here. Don't come up here then. Don't come here.
Hey, listen. Don't call another man a bitch unless you ready to meet up and fight, man. Don't do that shit.
The only person that should be calling somebody a bitch is Tomas Morgan.
Hold on. Don't keep repeating.
Ryan Day a bitch.
Just chill out.
Rob, the conversation.
Like, I literally just came up here and Steve starts taking shots at me, man. What do you want me to do? Just sit here and take it?
You don't have to come here, like I said. We don't come to y'all channel. Don't come. You don't like me,
Everybody welcome now, Steve. Everybody welcome. This is the
he gonna keep getting this work then. You heard that, right? So don't come complaining.
Y'all want to talk trash to each other, that's on y'all.
Yeah. That's how we gonna do it. We not going.
Yeah, we really having this conversation in
Jeremiah Smith. You can't.
Hold on, real quick, Maniac. We talking football. We talking football. This is a football channel. We talking football. At the end of the day, we gonna talk football. Can we talk football or we gonna talk football? Because I like to talk football.
Shit. Let's talk football.
Let's talk it.
Jeremiah Smith. This is the thing. You can't be you need to have consistency as a player to be special. Was the season maybe special as a freshman? Yeah, you could say that. But as a player, we got to see more. But off of one season, you're going to say a player special? What happens if he doesn't have another good season? So we're going to just bank on his freshman season, his whole career, and say, that's why he's special. You can't do that. Doesn't work like that. It's consistent. It's consistency. That's how sports work. You can't have, look, Chase Young, perfect example. He was doing good in the NFL when he started. What happened?
He had a knee injury.
There you go. So shit like that happens.
A lot of people have injuries.
We don't know.
A lot of people have injuries, and they get. That's an excuse.
You can't call a player special off of one season because no. If we doing that, then Blake is special because it's 22 season. He was headed to the Heisman. Yes or no?
He wasn't a freshman.
I don't give a fuck if he was an 8th year senior. We don't give a fuck. We're talking about player a season, man. As a matter of fact, Jeremiah Smith is a fucking bum too. He's a fucking bum. He's a fucking bum. He's a bum.
We all saw Adrian Peterson his freshman year, right?
He's a bum. He's a bum like your fan base. All
he was a really good running back. They had a really good team around. And he was a really good team.
All right. First off, I want to apologize for my behavior. It's not like me. All right. I feel bad right now. Just want you to know that.
Apologize.
Second off.
Hold on, let him cook. Just let him talk.
All right, I do feel bad right now for my comments. All right, but you know, at the end of the day, I do think in the bigger picture, I do think Jeremiah Smith is special. Look what we did against Tennessee. Look what he did against Oregon. I know he was bracketed against Texas, but look at all the attention that he got on him to free up a lot of receivers. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have someone on your team who needs to be bracketed by 3 people in the secondary and be able to free up those other receivers. That's someone who is special. They need that much attention.
Yeah, and I think no matter who you are,
three players bracket them. So three players were covering Smith. So you went by that picture, right? You went by that picture. 3 players the whole game were bracketing Jeremiah Smith. That's what you're saying.
Hold on.
3 players the whole game.
No matter what,
that's not true, and you know it's not true.
So much attention, no matter what team or who you playing for. When you game plan for one person, that's a special player, bro. Like
so Blake going up against 7, 8-man boxes and having success ain't special. But what Jeremiah do? Nah, man, it's the same shit. Stop disrespecting our players, man. Fuck out of here. Ohio State fans, they always gotta have the best everything. They're fucking bum ass fan base. Fuck they team. They trash.
I don't think we have the best everything.
Rob never said whether he thought they weren't. Do you think Blake Corum was special, Rob? Yes or no?
Physically, we're talking about against other running backs. No, he wasn't.
We're not talking about this.
Hold on, because this is what the problem I had with Garrison's question when he said special. Are we talking about just physical attributes? Or are we talking about on that football field? He about to give you that work today.
Johnny, here's my answer. I remember watching that Alabama game. That jump cut he did to get the end zone, that was sick. That's all I'm gonna say.
He did that on OSU, Penn State, and Bama.
Clutch,
Maryland, Illinois, Indiana.
But all right. So when I say special, though, I mean like when we're like the conversation Robbie misses, like we're asking, like the conversation was actually asking Genty is special or not. Somehow we got to that. But Ashton Genty, the difference is like, let's say the ball's on your 20-yard line, right? Ashton Genty can make those jump cuts and then break it for an 80-yard touchdown.
Against who? Against who?
I think Ashton Genty is Oregon. Personally,
yeah, I do. He had one year.
That's not just. But look, Garrison, that's not to say he's trash.
What did you do against Penn State? What happened against Penn State? What did Ashton Genty do against Penn State? Yeah, he murdered Oregon. What did he do against Oregon?
Yeah, that Oregon game.
I know he got 100 yards because I paid for it.
Yes, sir.
What now?
I put a bet on Genty to get in the end zone. He couldn't even do it against Penn State.
I knew he was gonna do that in the game. Just give it to Genty to get 100. I knew he was gonna do it.
So, Johnny, did you hear it? Hey, Maniac, did y'all hear what he said?
Yeah.
We asked him, was Blake special? He said, well, against Alabama, he had a jump cut. That's why I don't like them over here. They can't even answer yes or no.
They
I'm just giving you one example. You want me to give you a member? You want me to give you
one move? So you said one move, he was special. He was special, period. Okay. Y'all thought Jeffrey Okudah was special too, didn't you? Y'all thought Jeffrey Okudah was special too until he got in the NFL and he's stuck on the line.
I'm giving you a memorable play.
He asked you that. Was he special, yes or no? We didn't ask about his size, about nothing else. Was he special, yes or no? You can't even answer. This is why we don't take y'all seriously, because stuff like that. Answer the question, bro.
I can't take you seriously.
No. I can't say Okudah was special. Stop it. Y'all, for the most part, yes, you did. Stop it. Stop it. And the Lions thought he was too until he got there and he sucked. Stop it. Everybody thought Okudah was special.
Steven.
No, man. You remember Okudah was holding people like they were in a relationship with him all year. Okudah's the best quarterback. But this man got in the NFL and got exposed. Every Ohio fan was talking about Okudah, which should have been the second pick. But Bosa was special for a few years. What happened to him? What he had? He got cut.
I don't think Kerry Coon's time.
Okudah got cut for 3 sandwiches and a bag of chips and some Skittles. Okudah was garbage.
Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa?
You didn't hear what I said? Did he not get cut? Did Bosa not get cut? Simple yes or no. Or Wayne, yes or no? He had some good years. His brother's better. The younger brother is better than the older brother. And if I'm lying, prove it.
You are aware that Joey Bosa is about to be in his 10th year. You are aware of that, right?
What does
He's a
that
bum.
mean?
He's a bum too. He's
What
another
is that?
bum.
Tom Brady was still making
He's
the
another
Pro Bowl
bum.
after year 16. Stop it,
They
bro.
all bums.
You love talking about longevity. The man got drafted. He was like
They all
21.
bums.
So he was 31. Miles
Always
Garrett, how
two
old is
players
Miles
are
Garrett? He's
bums.
still doing
He
his
was
thing.
one of the
Stop it, bro.
highest
Stop.
paid defensive players in the NFL.
Ain't still a bum.
Who is?
Ain't still a bum.
Who
Ain't still a
is?
bum.
Bosa?
Oh my
Who
God.
signed Bosa? Who signed Bosa?
Still a
Who
bum.
signed him?
All Ohio State players are bums.
Who
All of
signed
them.
Bosa? The
Fuck
last I
out
know
of
he
here.
got cut by the Chargers. Who
Y'all
signed him?
gotta talk one at a time because people can't hear y'all when y'all talk all over each other.
My bad. Go. Who signed Bosa? Who signed Bosa then? Who signed Bosa?
What do you guys think about the Nick Saban news?
No,
I
we
didn't
don't
think
care
so. You
about it.
can't answer.
The
There's
what?
a
We ain't
Michigan
talking about Nick
One
question.
at
Saban.
a
We ain't
time,
talking about Nick
y'all.
Saban.
One at a time. Pay attention to who talking.
The Nick Saban news.
My bad, Johnny. Who signed Bosa though? Who signed Bosa?
You talk about the Nick Saban news?
He's with the Buffalo Bills.
Now, how much you signing for? What they give?
Looks like he's asking for 12. I think 12 million.
When did this
for
break? What the fuck?
doesn't really say the deal he's asking for. I just looked it
So
up.
they don't tell how much he gets. Okay, how long has Myles Garrett been in the league?
Long, he's special.
Yeah.
No. You brought up 10 years. How long has Myles Garrett been in the league?
Bosa's not in that conversation, brother.
Okay. Now, but you said 10 years. I didn't bring up 10 years. You did.
No, well, I
No. I didn't bring up 10 years. You did.
10 years. I didn't just say 10 years. I say he's also been one of the highest paid defensive players in the NFL.
I didn't ask you that. How long has Myles Garrett been in the league?
If not just as long, maybe longer. Maybe.
Okay. So didn't Myles Garrett have an injury? Because you brought up an injury earlier, didn't you?
Myles Garrett
When it comes to Chase
is a
Young,
Hall of Famer.
No. We ain't doing that, buddy. We ain't doing that. Then you go with that again. Did you brought up an injury? See, now you don't want to. Now I got you. You brought up the injury. You brought up years. Did you not bring up injuries? Yes or no? Okay, my bad. That's the wrong thing. Do you think Bosa's special? How about that? Don't compare me, Garrett. Do you think Nick Bosa's special? Joey Bosa's special?
I do not believe Joey Bosa is special.
Oh Lord, now you lied.
I think Nick
you lied.
Nick
Bosa's special. Oh,
Wait,
Lord.
Johnny, what am I missing here? Like, I'm losing brain cells.
Don't talk to Johnny. Don't talk to Johnny or Juju. Talk to me. Don't talk to me.
One at a time. You got to let these people respond, bro. Y'all got to let them respond.
No, bro. I don't know what's bro. No, we're so off the rocker in this conversation. We're talking irrelevant.
You don't have
points.
the wine number.
And even when I'm
No, you don't know.
Let him
no,
finish.
You don't like answering a question.
Let him respond.
My bad. You're right.
Even when I'm trying to bring the conversation back to it, after I've already said Joey Bosa's not special, we're trying to make a point about why Joey Bosa isn't special. We get back to what we're saying. My point is this: I think Blake Corum is special to his university and program as he should be. The same way I said that JT Barrett is to us. That does not make them special football players. I think everyone on here would take Ashton Jeanty as a running back over Blake Corum.
Hell fucking no.
No, I wouldn't. Don't think for me. I wouldn't. Don't think for me.
This dude, what? Bro, look at the competition. Look at the competition, bro. What?
Yeah,
When you claim to be a football smarty. Come on, man. You got an IQ of a microwave. You're talking
The
about.
boys are college football. That's what he calls them. The boys are
Come
college
on,
football.
He said Jency over Corum. This dude lost his mind.
Tell me one bad game Blake had against Penn State. Give me one bad game Blake had against Penn
There's only a
State.
handful of running backs I take over 2020.
And Blake ain't never fumbled 3 times in a game.
Nope.
There you go.
And in the playoff, Blake got busy. Did Ashton?
Jency over Corum. That shit is crazy work. Jency over Corum.
Hey, look, hold on, bro. The NFL picked Jency a whole how many rounds above Blake Corum?
What does that mean, though, man?
College football.
What it means is that scouts thought that Jency was better than Blake.
That's fine.
Okay, they
keep
picked. They picked Jamarcus Russell number 1 too. They picked Sam Bradford number 1 too. How that turn out?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, man?
They picked Tom Brady in the 7th round.
The Jamarcus Russell wound is
This is
still
just
too.
idiotic,
It's
bro.
open.
This is so
I'd
dumb.
appreciate it if y'all backed off Jamarcus.
Hey,
no,
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. People are wrong. Absolutely. People are wrong. They have been wrong before, right? However, if you look at the measurables of Ashton Genty, you look at the measurables of Blake Corum,
That's a big part.
Ashton Genty is just seems like the better pick for the NFL. I'm not saying he's going to be better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be better. I'm saying if you were the owner of a team, taking your fandom out of this, and they did these two people to you, one's faster, one's bigger, one's stronger.
Mays done froze.
Man, we lost
I gotta put
I
the
think
voodoo on.
Genty can be another Derrick Henry in the league. That's what I think.
Absolutely not.
Man.
Hell no.
I do.
Man,
what?
Anything.
I ain't with you on that.
You're right. You know what, Johnny?
Johnny,
you see what I'm saying?
Handful, like a back
So let me ask you this: Who played against better competition, Blake Corum or Genty?
Obviously, Blake Corum did.
It's a question for me.
All right, and he succeeded against these teams. Again, being drafted doesn't mean one player is better than the other. That's just who these.
Maniac. How many yards per rush did Blake average? Okay.
It was 6.7 in 2022.
Yeah. No. We know that. I was gonna go to the Penn State game, but then I forgot Blake had a big run in that Penn State game, which boosted his average in that Penn State game. But either way, I'm not even gonna do that. The point is this: we saw Ashton Genty dismantle damn near by himself. Well, really by himself, Oregon. And if it's not for late game heroics from like some kickoff and punt returns, Boise about to scrape Oregon. We saw that same Oregon. By the way, he did that to Oregon in Eugene. That same Oregon team came to fucking Ann Arbor, and homie is quoting Gladiator.
But
Mays, what did he do against Penn State though? What did he do against Penn State though? What did he do against Penn State, man?
That's fair.
Right, bro.
Okay, so how many cornerbacks got drafted before Will Johnson?
That's different.
That's completely different.
How many cornerbacks got drafted before Will
Johnson is special. Will Johnson is special.
No, when you talk about measurables, how many cornerbacks got drafted before Will Johnson?
His knee
And
injury.
not all of they
measurables. Not all they measurables was better when they released.
Hey, Garrison.
So you tell me they're gonna be better than Will Johnson?
You said what?
If Will gets 100%, let's say Will gets 90%. Malik Harrison and it was another guy from I forgot. It wasn't I think two guys got drafted before Will Johnson. They're gonna be better than Will Johnson because you got the draft. Or but you got the draft though. Okay, so why bring up the draft then?
It's the same reason that Benjamin Morrison was dropped in the draft. They were hurt.
I also brought up measurables, and by the way, we know why Will dropped in the draft. They thought he had a worse knee injury than he does, right? So, right. If it's not for that though, maybe only Travis Scott gets drafted before Will, and that's not even because he's a better cornerback. He's just a combo player.
Will Johnson's a special football player.
We know.
Right.
We knew that. Nobody said we wouldn't. We never said he didn't. What are you talking about?
I'm just
we wasn't. We know about our team. We know he's special. Ask Marvin if he's special.
If it was not for injury, Will Johnson is the first cornerback selected, and then it goes Ben Morrison, bro. It's not close. It was the two best corners in the draft.
Ben Morrison, who was he for? Texas.
Ben Morrison's a bum.
Notre Dame.
Yes.
Oh, Ben Morrison ain't bad. Nah, we ain't doing that, man. Ben Morrison he ain't bad. He ain't saying he's great, but he ain't. Come on, man. Come on, he ain't bad.
I'm about to hit a deer out here.
Ben Morrison ain't bad.
Y'all almost got some good footage right there, bro. Almost. Shit was almost bad.
So based on Met, okay, maybe is Dylan Gabriel better than Shedeur Sanders? He got drafted before him. He didn't have the measurables.
Bro, stop it. No, he's not better than Shedeur.
We know what happened.
So I'm just your argument. You talked about people getting drafted before people. How come?
No, when I brought up his measurables, bro,
at worst should have gone third.
Is Genty faster than Blake?
It's not
Is he faster than Blake? Yes. Yeah, he's faster. But what does that mean, though? In the NFL, all them guys are fast.
Hold up. Is he bigger than Blake? Is he bigger than Blake?
Yep.
Is he bigger than Blake? Yes.
Yep.
Is he stronger? I don't know that, Jay. We don't know. Like, stronger how, though? Stronger how? What do you mean?
Dude, Genty was a one-man team, dude. There was like no one else.
Okay. They played in Boise. They played Penn State. He got damn set. When you say stronger, what do you mean stronger?
And he went off, so it's like this.
Okay, they got destroyed.
Does he run stronger than Blake? Does he run stronger than Blake? From what you've seen out of Ashton Genty, does he run stronger than Blake Corum?
No, I'm not gonna say he does. No.
Okay.
No.
We gotta stop doing this. Like, especially about special players, because any special player, bro. You can go across the board anywhere, however you want to dock it, bro. If whoever you think is special, whoever you think isn't special, every special player has had a bad game. So we can't point to one game or 2 games, bro. Look at the totality. Look at the totality of what the player has done. That's like, I hate when people do that. Like, every player has had a bad game. Blake has had a bad game before. Like, every player across has had bad games.
You're missing the point, Juju. And everyone.
Thank you.
And thought about the size of the player or their stats as a whole at the end of the year. And I pulled some stats here on Smith that I'll be happy to share with you because I know Garrison loves the stats. It's not about the stats. It's not about the player's size or their ability. It's about the players.
I'll be right back. I'm going to rejoin y'all.
A key moments that put games away. Like Blake Corum scored the touchdown after lineman from Ohio, from Michigan got hurt to put the game away against OSU in Ann Arbor.
Right.
And again with the touchdown in the Rose Bowl that got him to the national title game. Just like Maurice Claret carried the 2002 Ohio State Buckeyes until Kurt Krenzel figured out how to throw a pass beyond 5 yards.
But this has nothing to do with what I said.
Wait, Dom, just so you know, Kurt Krenzel led us in rushing yards in the national championship.
Garrison, let's talk stats about Mr. Smith because he had 3 100-yard games in the season last year. One was against Western Michigan. The other one was impressive, 9 catches for 100 yards against Oregon at Oregon. And the other one was 4 catches against Northwestern, where Ohio State won 31-7.
What about the playoffs?
100 yards. 1 second, please, okay? You look at the playoff against Tennessee, he had 103 with 6 catches. But the most impressive game that Smith had in the playoff run was Ohio State. He had Oregon under control the entire game, 6 catches for 107 yards. When I'm looking at these stats, I'm seeing 100-yard games. Then I look at the Michigan game. Mr. Smith had 5 catches for 35 yards. The next after that, Marshall, 3 catches for 70 yards. Go look at his stats. He had 3 100-yard games in the regular season, 2 in the postseason. I'll give him the Tennessee game, but the Oregon game, my 90-year-old mom could have went out there and caught a few passes for touchdown.
Oh, come on.
Wait, hold on, Garrison. Hold on.
You cook. Dom, you cook.
I want to know. Dom, you cook. What that has to do with my statement about special players.
So, Dom, you did that thing again that Juju talked about when you bring up one game for special players.
Don't bring up Juju.
That's all my point.
But this is my thing. You talked about the amount of catches he had and the amount of 300-yard or 100-yard games he had. This is just a quick reminder for everybody and for Dom. Emeka Egbuka, first-round wide receiver, was on that team. Cardinal Tate was on that team.
Blah, blah, blah.
Here we go. Excuses.
The ball goes around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
We didn't say it didn't go around, but don't make us a Booker. Y'all said he was 500 yard games is special, but he's a freshman though. You sad, bro. You sad.
Wait. Hold on,
I
because I don't
got
understand.
the stats there for you, Garrison, and that's on Smith. I'm not going to break down the Ohio State roster, but I will. What we're talking about here is, like I said before, Maurice Clarett. Do any of you guys think Ohio State would have won that title without Maurice Clarett? He was averaging 100 yards.
Yeah, but Dom, in that game, we didn't win that game because of what he did offensively. Because again, Kirk Krenzel led us in rushing yards against Miami.
But he had one of the biggest plays in that game.
Wait. What he did? What Maurice Clarett did that won us the game? What Maurice Clarett did that won us the game was when Sean Taylor kicked off Craig Krenzel. He took the ball. He stripped the ball from him. That won us the game.
No, the refs won the game. The refs won that game. It wasn't Ohio. The refs beat the Hurricanes. We all know it. Period.
Steven, can I say that about Clemson then? The refs.
No, Miami was actually. No, Ohio was up by double digits. They just lost. The refs won the game in the Miami. Everybody knows that. Clemson didn't. The refs didn't help Clemson. Your boy just lost. Period.
Wait.
I'm talking
Dom did drop that TD.
Dom, let me ask Dom something.
Yeah.
I'm
not in this though. I'm not in
our
this.
special players. So we're saying special players aren't allowed to have bad games. Just a yes or no.
I'm saying, but the special players.
Okay, that's all. That's.
But how many bad games he had? He named like 7 games. He didn't do shit.
No, I'm just asking him a question. Are they allowed to?
Hey, Dom, do you have the game? Do you have the game log up right now?
I have the game by game stats.
All right, Dom, can you go game by game for us, please?
For what?
The 100-yard games. What was the games he had 100 yards?
Okay, and then we're going to take the scores into consideration. And
I don't want ifs. I don't want any caveats. I want his stats game by game.
What I will say is I'll go line by line. I'll give you the catches and the yards, and I'm not going to get into the average and all that. The catches and yards. I'm going to give you the game score and who they were going against. Because you played football. Garrison.
Braylon Edwards stats don't count.
Everybody has a party.
Braylon Edwards stats not count.
You're bringing in the water boy to score.
Wait,
we're not talking about Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards was a beast. What the fuck you talking about? Fuck out of here.
We opened up with
he was shitty in the league.
He had a couple of good seasons, then he fell off. He ended up falling off. But in college he cooked. Your man Chris Gamble know about Braylon Edwards. Ask him about Braylon Edwards. He jail raped him. He jail raped Gamble. Ask Gamble about him. He's a fucking bum.
Chris Gamble's a national champion.
He's a bum.
Chris Gamble's a national champion.
He's a bum.
He's
a bum.
Why you being
Braylon Edwards too.
The bum.
So is McCoy Page. McCoy Page and Rod Moore national champions too.
Yeah, McCory Page. Zeke Berry's a national champion. So what the fuck you talking about?
Richie, you parked at the gym, bro.
Wait, do you guys know who?
I just left the dog park.
The most drops in the NFL season.
We don't care.
Nobody asked it. Oh, you won't answer to those questions. That has got nothing to do with it. That's got nothing to do with it.
Have you ever had a
Don, go ahead.
Let's take
do you guys know who got the record for most top catches in an NFL season? We talking about college. Get out of here, man.
They relied on Zeke Elliott. Okay, just like 2002 relied upon Maurice Clarett. Both of those, in both of those Ohio State teams, made to the regular season, they get to the playoffs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why they're great players. They were consistent throughout the year. But when key moments in the game came into play, those players stepped up and made the play. That's why Clarett was great. And that's why Ezekiel Elliott were great players. That's
wait,
Dom.
One second, Richie. I'm gonna let you cook, Richie. 1 second.
Go ahead.
I can't cook. Ain't nothing y'all can cook.
Dom, I'm so happy you just said that. Okay.
I know where he's about to go, bro.
You just said that
Here we go.
Maurice Clarett was great and special after a freshman season. while some of these other guys are telling me Jeremiah Smith can't be called special or great after a freshman season. So I appreciate you, Dom, for agreeing with me on that.
But
And you know what?
That's a fair point, Dom. What Garrison just said. You gotta admit.
It just doesn't support it. He did put up the numbers, okay, but some of the key games, other than the Tennessee game, he was a stud in that game. He was 6 catches for 150 yards.
I mean, he made the catch that sealed the game against Notre
yards
Dame.
per average.
Bro.
But the bulk of his big explosions in the regular season were against really that were under control. And again, the Oregon game, nine catches for 100 yards. He's probably the only guy that showed up for Ohio State when they were at Oregon. But in the playoffs, I mean, yes, the Tennessee game, but after that, he dipped. I mean, Oregon, like I said, 187 yards. And it was one of those Ohio State, let's get on them early, 21 points, and then this cavalcade of points until they suffocated Oregon. Oregon was like, it was over at halftime. So then you look at the Texas game. One more thing, please. Now shut up. Thank you, Richie.
You're fine.
The Texas game, 1 catch in the Texas game for 3 yards. So he does not have it yet. Am I saying he's going to be great? No. He has a lot of football left ahead of him. But as a freshman, his numbers don't compare to a workhorse like Maurice Clarett. That's what I'm saying. And you have these players who have this one season, whether it's rookie season, whether it's later in their career, where they carry the load throughout the season. And then in those big games, those important games, take it up another level. And it's just not Michigan players. It's been Ohio State players. You look at Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M.
Why receivers don't lead teams to championships?
No.
Hold on.
Devontae Smith.
Dom,
no.
Let me say, man. Will Howard Will Howard underthrew JJ all year long. Not only JJ, he in the beginning of the season he overthrew. I mean, he underthrew every receiver deep. So, you know, he underthrew JJ on a bomb in the Penn State game. JJ had to slow up to catch so many of Will Howard's passes early in the season.
Same thing,
dude. JJ special. I don't understand. Like, we're being
all right. You're right. No,
Maniac,
everything.
You know, Maniac, you're my guy.
Yeah,
you're my guy. But
everything is special. Yeah, but let me ask you this. Why, when it comes to your team, bro? Why every time it comes to Ohio State, y'all gotta be the best everything. Julian Sain is going to be a beast. He hasn't even fucking threw one ball yet, but he's going to be a problem. Your running back room.
You know, Maniac, I'll tell you where the confidence comes from. I mean, bro, if you look at Julian Sain.
Now you see, but there you go.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just telling you.
Well,
you're asking, I'm telling you.
Wait, do you think Bryce Underwood without throwing a throw is going to be great?
We don't know. We don't know.
The fact of the matter is we don't know.
We don't know. What you want me to say, Garrison? Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
But I do know one thing about Bryce Underwood, Garrison.
He's gonna beat Ohio State. That's
we don't need Bryce Underwood to beat Ohio State. We could do it with a retard who's going to throw 2 interceptions.
Good job.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys something. Do you think Bryce Underwood coming in is going to change Michigan's philosophy?
No.
Yes.
Not immediately. It will change.
Hey, yo, stop trying to advance scout us, bro.
Safety net.
No, I'm not, Maze. I'm just wondering. You know,
No, I mean, look. Year one.
The philosophy is winning, so no, he's not going to change. The philosophy is winning.
It's going to slowly get implicated, but like having a coordinator like Chip, that's what you brought him in for. So, yeah.
Johnny, I'm going to check out, give Maze some room here. Some of the other guys here, we're not contributing. Let's clear out some screens for Johnny. Thank all of you guys. I appreciate it.
Peace, Dom.
Have a good one, man.
Dom, go Bucks, man.
The Dom father.
I swear, man, I hope Ohio State beats the piss out of Michigan.
I ain't going to do it.
Because
I ain't going to do it.
I really, Dom's my guy, but I want Dom to feel that shit. I want.
Well, too bad. Too bad. Too bad.
We don't remember how that feels, Richie. We
We done
forgot.
told you 8 years in a row before, bro.
I had to go watch my old stuff. and
That's
remember.
what it is, Juju. Listen, it's an entitled fan base, Juju. It's an entitled. They'll
Maniac,
cry.
I'll be honest.
Not yet. No. Nah,
We'll
y'all
go.
cry. Hold on. Y'all
you my
cry,
guy, by the
baby.
way.
Every time y'all lose, there's an excuse that can never take ownership about nothing. They just cry and they cry. And if we had 8 more 5 stars, we would have won. Like, y'all gotta take ownership.
You know what,
For once.
Maniac? I think you're focusing on
The truth. He's telling the truth. That's what.
98%. 98%.
Listen, we interact with Ohio State fans every single day, man. There's a good portion that don't make excuses for everything. Just like there's a good portion in your fan base that doesn't make excuses for everything.
We don't. We
know.
accepted losses.
So listen,
Bro,
I'll
he
tell
just
you.
making
Let me
a
say
point,
this. Against Georgia, that wasn't targeted on Marv. We don't win if we have JSN that season. We don't win if Marv doesn't go out of the game. We scored 41 points, and our defense wasn't good enough to win it. As simple as that. There is no excuse. But Clemson in 2019.
Here's an excuse.
Bro.
Here we go.
No,
Here we go, Steve.
Oh, hold on, guys. Let me ask you. Please, don't troll. Don't be disingenuous. I want a real answer. Was that not a fumble 6 against Clemson in 2019?
Who won that? What's that? Who won the game? Who won the game? Ain't nobody. Who won the game? Who won the game? Okay, then moving on. Did Washington not? Did the ref not cheat Michigan last against Washington?
Yeah. Was
Michigan
that
lost. We took it.
Does Roman Wilson?
Well, listen. You want to do that? Fuck it. You were 7-5 last year. You guys are shit.
Who they beat? Y'all was 7-5. Name one of those wins. Name one of those wins, though. Name one of those wins in November.
Yeah.
It's squabbling out there now. Yeah.
Fans, y'all like this.
Don't
All right, Richie, are those 5 losses?
We don't want to hear that shit.
All right, if those 5 losses,
I'll be
of
real
those
with you,
5 losses, well, one of them was to Ohio State.
I don't
Hey, Rich.
Exactly.
Of course you
Y'all
don't. Of
fucking
course you don't.
bum.
Of course you don't. It don't fit the narrative.
Listen, that's your
Bum.
Super Bowl. That ain't
Richie.
ours.
Bum.
It's not our Super Bowl. That's
Bum.
And you a lie. You a lie. Jack Sawyer said differently.
Bum.
Jack Sawyer got mad when they planted the flag. That is a Super Bowl.
Listen, Steven, you
Hey,
can clown Jack Sawyer. You can listen.
And
You
I
can say whatever
am.
you want. Congratulations.
And
You
I
won
am.
the game. That's a great accomplishment. But at the end of the day,
Rich-
that gold trophy is in the Woody.
Hey,
The one
Richie,
that
I'll
matters.
answer your
That's
The
question,
only
bro.
one that
That's
matters.
good. Michigan
Because
won
it
it
was
to
an
be a
expanded
prior, so what
playoff.
we talking about?
Because it was an expanded playoff. That's the only reason. You know it, and I know it.
You lost 2 games in the regular season with an all-star team. Your team is fucking bum. Will Howard's a bum.
Richie,
Ryan
was Ohio
Day's a
on to the
bum.
Bro,
playoff?
this shit
If it was a
impossible.
14 playoff, was Ohio going?
Impossible, bro.
Hey, bro, what are we trying to do? Like, what we trying to get accomplished right now?
What do you guys
That's
think
what I'm
about the
saying,
Nick
bro. This is
Saban news?
impossible.
Now we talking
Nick
about
Saban,
OSU
we ain't
fucking
talking about Nick
trash.
Saban. Yeah, no, bring it back. We ain't talking about Nick Saban. Anyway, if Ohio wouldn't get there if it wasn't expanded, point blank, and you know it. Michigan won
Okay,
that
well,
win in
that's the
the
rules,
tournament.
Steve.
The
That's the
Buckeyes did.
rules.
Stop.
You can't do. Hey,
That's
Richie,
it.
I'll answer it.
That's
though,
the
bro.
Two
rules.
You
lost
want
natty.
like
You're a 2 lost natty fucking bum.
like
2
Richie,
lost
you
with an
want a
all-star
straightforward
team.
answer
Fucking
about
bum.
that?
Will Howard's a
Juju,
bum.
Juju, where you live? I'm gonna send you a Buckeyes jersey. Where you live, bro?
Like, man, Steve, shut the fuck up, bro. Ain't nobody
I'm
talking.
just saying, bro.
Hey, man, you got,
Every
listen.
week, you talk
Hey,
every week. I know
being
you
a
walk
realist,
time and carry water
being a
for the
realist,
Buckeyes.
bro. No one's
You
gonna
all
argue.
the time,
I'll
bro.
I
tell
ain't
you
gonna lie.
what
I
you
was
got to
listening
do.
to
You
this so
all the
hard.
time, bro.
I ain't gonna lie
I'm
to
so
you,
sick
bro.
of you, bro.
Woo!
One more topic.
Thank you, Johnny.
Okay, so anyway, Richie, to answer
God,
your question,
bro.
just like Roman Wilson, bro. Just like how that was a touchdown TCU, bro. It was a fumble against Clemson. Like we all can
Come
point to
on,
this
man.
shit.
We all know. Come on, man. Like we act like we don't know these things. Like
That's
it's
what I'm
just
saying.
disingenuous conversation,
Hey, look.
man. Like,
I know. I
but
And just
know.
because
listen,
you're a
you
fan
guys
of
can be
someone
your
and you
state,
can
man.
agree with the other side, bro,
I
don't
know.
make you a fan
I
of
know.
them.
We got three Buckeyes
I'm a
fans up here,
realist,
so
bro.
I'm good.
I'm a realist, bro. I know
I
football.
know.
Like
I
it's just
know.
it's
I
simple as
know.
that.
Oh, hey, Juju. Oh, wait.
Hey, I
He
tell
said,
you
"Ain't
what, you
He's
Juju
gotta
going?"
do,
delusional, bro. That's
Sixers.
really what it is. You know, like
Oh
like
man.
this is the Michigan fans in my fan base that I can't agree with, bro. Because he
Always,
delusional.
bro. Always, Juju.
Hey, Juju,
Always.
let it go. Let it go, Juju.
Yeah, that's why I don't acknowledge him, bro. Like it's these people in
I'm
our
not.
fan base
No,
that
I'm
I can't.
acknowledging
You
you,
can't
Juju.
agree with the other side,
Always,
otherwise
Juju.
you're a fan of them, bro.
Hey,
You don't know
Always,
ball.
Juju.
You don't know ball past the flat
Always,
screen
Juju.
and
3
fucking
weeks in
box
a row,
score.
bro.
Like
Hold on, we getting too
Always,
far off.
he can't tell us ball
die-oh.
past the flat screen and
Hold
fucking
on,
box score, bro. You
Always,
can't talk to me, bro.
die-oh. Hey, you
Wait, is
because we
Steven
getting
say
too far off.
OHIO?
We getting
Yeah,
too
he
far
did.
off.
He did. He
We getting
did.
too
I ain't
far
saying
off now. Like,
I know,
let's move
Juju.
it.
I'm gonna send you a Cooper jersey, bro,
like,
and a
like,
Eddie
bro,
George
it's
jersey.
just funny to me. You can separate the
I
real
know.
from the
Hey, I'm
phony,
gonna
you
send
know.
you. Hey, where do I send the jersey? Just give me the
Hold
Hey,
address.
you
I'm
can
gonna
send
send
it,
you the
man.
on,
You
address.
touching that
it's
jersey,
an
not me.
attack.
I got you,
Juju
Juju.
attack.
I
Go
got
catch
you,
the
bro. I
We
ball.
moving
got you.
on now. We moving
I
on.
got you, bro. I got you. Promise. I
What do
promise.
you guys think about the Nick Saban news with them? Well, kind of like
Nobody care about no bum ass Nick Saban. We retired him. How about that? Let's talk
No,
about
Hold
this
he's
on,
nigga.
talking about the
hold on.
Retire Nick
NIL. Hey,
Saban.
What is you
Gobu, he's
talking
talking about
about,
the
Jason?
NIL stuff. I don't really care about what Donald Trump. I don't care about that.
Man,
I
we
don't care
don't
about
care
Hey,
that.
about
look,
that.
and if that's
We don't care.
I see Michigan.
We don't care.
it's about the greater landscape of college
We
football.
don't care. We don't care
Oh my god.
about no
Hey,
Nick Saban.
It's not
We
you
about
don't.
know,
Nick Saban. It's
You said it. What about Nick Saban? We don't care about no
No, hey,
landscape.
Go ahead,
Nick
Rich.
Saban went
Go
to the
ahead,
White
Rich.
House and he's talking to Trump about basically he's mad because the SEC ain't dominating no more. So
not.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care what
All right. Wait,
I don't care what Nick Saban does.
some of us actually pay attention to the greater landscape of college football and read.
Oh, shut up.
Thank
Who
you.
cares? Here we go. The greater landscape.
Hold on,
Look at this dude, man.
James.
Fuck out of here.
Rich, hold
So,
on.
This is just
Go ahead.
ridiculous.
Nobody cares about that.
when NIL first came about, right? Nick Saban came out and said, like, you guys think this is gonna bring like everyone closer to the pack, and he said, no, it's gonna separate everybody. And he's basically saying, if you want this to go, then okay, you'll see what happens. Nick Saban keeps winning, like SEC of course keeps winning, and so he brought that up, and no one wanted to talk about it. No one wanted to like listen to Nick Saban because they thought he was afraid of everyone getting closer to the pack, which is completely a lie. Now we're what? How many 5-7 years later now, and we clearly see that there's a problem with NIL, and as the discrepancy between teams has actually gotten larger. So what they're doing, it's him and a Texas donor from Texas A&M donor are the co-chairs, but it's like kind of bring equality into the game a little bit, or equity.
What they patch
Equities.
SEC guys, like
I mean, the
I
shit that
said,
needs
SEC
to be
guys.
done is patched up, bro.
Hold on, bro.
It needs to
Hold
be
on, bro.
patched up.
I find this very interesting that the president of these United States, the one that's out here destroying equity, if you will, hates the word equity, if you will, is now looking to bring equity to college football.
By the way, guys.
Hey, Doug, miss me.
By the way, everybody, what our friend Maze Madman is referring here is to DEI, which, by the way,
miss me.
Wait. If you look at the stats, the people that benefit the most from DE&I is white women, and the people that benefit the least is black women. Let's continue.
Yo, Doug, what is that? What is that?
Can we talk
is that
about
the counter to my point?
Can we keep
what is that?
conversation? This is football I'm talking about. Let's keep that out of the conversation.
Well, I only talked about football.
No, you brought.
I made the point to make the football point.
No, you brought me up in terms of equity in ironic.
No, Doug, but bro, I didn't bring up. You brought up these stats and the numbers from DEI. I didn't even mention the word DEI.
No, but you said equity, and we know that we're talking.
Well, what?
Yo,
the point doesn't change the fact that the man who's out here saying let's get rid of it is now saying but for college football.
What is your opinion on
do it?
Saban and the co-chair that I think is the Texas A&M governor
I think optically it is exactly what you said, right? People don't want to see Nick Saban and a donor, some super donor from Texas A&M, both of which.
Who said that?
No, bro. If you allow me to finish the point, right?
Well, you said exactly what you said.
Okay, all right. So look, you made the point that people see Nick Saban and they automatically think that Nick Saban is trying to lobby for the SEC, and he's
without bringing up what he said 6 years ago.
Right. Okay. Right. And I'm saying that optically, what it looks like to the average college football fan is that Nick Saban is lobbying for the SEC, who hasn't been even in a college football championship the last 2 years, right? And sees the writing on the wall that, hey, if it goes this way, the majority of the schools in this conference, the SEC, aren't able to compete on this level monetarily in terms of being able to offer what some of these other schools can offer. Now, I'm not saying that that's what he is actually doing. I'm saying that's the optics of it, right? That's what people are looking at it saying, you know, if I just saw it, you know, the headline I believe was, you know, Nick Saban and President Trump.
I'll bring up the article. So I'll bring up the article so I can actually read the what's actually
Sure. But you know, and that's what I'm saying. People see the picture of Nick Saban and the president and lobbying for, you know, some control over NIL, and automatically I think that that's where their mind is going, that this guy is trying to help that
I just think it's like ironic, right? Like knowing what the SEC been doing behind closed doors like all these years, that now he's standing up. I just find that kind of ironic.
We're not talking.
He brought it up
by the way,
6 years ago.
I
It didn't hurt until they started losing.
This is Johnny's channel. I don't mean to bring politics to Johnny's channel. Not trying to do that at all.
Me too, sorry.
Whoever you vote for, you feel that way. Bless you. And you know, dominus, ominous, all the rest of it. Go ahead.
But Johnny, you got to be real. Like Coach Saban brought it up 6 years ago. He brought it up 6 years ago. But until the SEC started, because they know these teams can't like physically compete with Michigan or these other. Like Texas got a lot of money. Michigan is different. Yeah, I'm not saying Texas ain't got money, but we know when you look at Michigan's billionaires who are donating. No, not Oregon. No, you don't want to play big bank, take little bank. So until the SEC started not making the championship, that's when now Nick Saban could have talked to Trump years ago. He could have talked to President Biden. They're losing now, and it's a problem. That's what he's doing. That's why he's mad. He didn't have time for that. Everybody makes time when they losing.
So Maze,
he didn't have time for that.
I do agree to an extent. It does have something to do with the SEC. I do, and it's because I had this conversation with SEC guys the other day, and they acknowledge this too. The amount of money that's in the Big Ten compared to what's in the SEC, just in terms of the institutions, is far greater. Like, and we have the network deals, the Big Ten network. The money's different in the Big Ten.
Midwest
I
money,
did want to read
period,
this to
is
you
different.
guys.
The money's in the north.
Read this to you guys.
So it's parity now. Now there's parity in college football.
Absolutely.
The SEC was running it. They've been dirty. The SEC's been the dirtiest conference for years. I don't care what anybody say.
Yeah, the only thing
Bottom line.
they just need to get a chokehold on it. They just need to find the ground on the NIL.
I don't know if the SEC was the dirtiest conference.
So it says
yes, they were.
They were not the SEC. I live in out now.
I'll tell you why I think that. I think that the high school talent is in the South.
Yeah.
They were the dirtiest conference. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Home. It was more so them staying in the South.
Nah, bro, you see, Alabama players getting cars. You saw Tennessee giving dudes money in McDonald's bags. Come on, man. This was corruption at its finest.
I live in Alabama. I'm gonna tell you how dirty it is. I'm gonna tell you how dirty it is. I live in Alabama, right? I got a booster, a friend who's an Ole Miss booster. When you're in Mississippi, to get you out of the state, because they're loyal to that state for whatever reason, Mississippi's horrible. Like it's so bad between Mississippi and Mississippi State. Like Lane Kiffin knows this. What was that kid's name last year who committed to his brother committed to Mississippi State and he committed to Ole Miss, but then committed to Mississippi Mississippi State later on that day? Y'all gotta go look it up. They told this man, his brother on scholarship. They didn't want his brother. If you don't come sign with us, not only will we rescind the NIL money we offered you, we kicking your brother off the team. His brother had no other offer. Mississippi is dirty. I live in Alabama. I know the dealership where they get them cars from. The SEC everybody's dirty. Other than Vanderbilt, the SEC is playground dirty. Period. They are the dirtiest. I'm telling you. I know people at Tennessee, know people at Georgia. I know how much they paid on that linebacker a few years ago to the boy to the Eagles. What's his name? Can't think of his name. He got a little dude, 6 foot, but he won linebacker of the year. What's his name? For the Bulldogs. For the Bulldogs. What is his name? Real good. 5-star. No, Georgia. He was a linebacker. He got drafted by the Eagles. Same with his name.
In the championship game, I know you're talking about.
He was going to another school. Nakobe Dean. They 180. So he got over 180 just to visit. He got that money to visit. And then not only that, he got his teammates up there, and they paid this man another $300,000 when he got. Bruh, the SEC. It's so many stories out there. I'm not gonna really put it out there on the channel like that. Yeah. But on and on, the SEC is by far the dirtiest.
Richie, you know what's the difference though? You know what's the difference between the SEC and the Big Ten? The SEC, you know that saying, "There's no honor among thieves," and the SEC it is. The Big Ten is a bunch of bitches. I'm sorry. Because what's happening with Michigan, your school's #1 crime, Michigan State, they would have let that shit go in the SEC. I'm telling you.
Wait. Are we forgetting that on a Big Ten head coach conference call, it was Jim Harbaugh that on the call said Ohio State has illegal practices. Like,
did he lie?
Does it? Everyone does.
So what? But your coach is crying. Your fan base is crying. You still crying. You still crying.
I got a question out of this, John.
I want to read this real quick. So it says,
Go
is expected to deeply examine the unwieldy landscape, unwieldy landscape of college sports, including the frequency of player movement in the transfer portal, the unregulated booster compensation paid to athletes, the debate of college athlete employment, preserving the Olympic sport culture, the application of Title IX to school revenue, because that's important, payments, and even conference membership makeup and conference television contracts.
Okay.
So no, that's neat. Because again,
there should be some oversight. I agree. There should be some oversight. It's gotten out of control. But how do you? The NCAA can't control it. They don't even know what the NCAA will be obsolete by 2030. They will be gone. Who's going to control it? Who's going to control it? You can't control the NIL now. It's too late.
No, it's not too late. No, it's never too late for anything.
It is too late.
No, they're gonna have to get their hands around it.
And why not?
But who, Johnny?
Why not?
No.
I don't know. I definitely wouldn't want Nick Saban.
You know, my biggest problem is when we get mad at the people who, like a Nick Saban, who comes up with an idea and no one else comes forward with it.
What did Coach Harbaugh say last year? What did Coach Harbaugh say 2 years ago?
I wouldn't want Nick Saban to do it.
Yeah. Get somebody completely impartial. Coach Saban talked about Coach Harbaugh talked about revenue sharing, and they got mad at him. Stop.
Why not have the GOAT do it?
Why have to go do it? Because he's impartial to Alabama. That's why. He's going to be impartial to the SEC. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
He's a Spartan.
That was so long ago. Accomplishments to go with it.
Get somebody completely objective.
Back to the South. That's what he did.
So I do have a question for you, Michigan guys. And but when I ask this, I know when I ask this question, I'm gonna get met with slaps in the face and whatever. I don't care.
So don't ask it then.
So, because and by the way, I've said it on Johnny's show. I said it on my show. I was actually really impressed with Jamari Earl. My question for you guys is, in terms of your corners, how do you grade?
Don't you do this with Zeke Berry. I know where you're going.
Play based on the wide receivers they go against in practice.
They're gonna beat Ohio State. It don't matter.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the Buckeyes.
Your man Jeremiah Smith didn't do shit. Your man Abuka didn't do shit. Your man Tate didn't do shit. Your bum ass tight ends didn't do shit. Nah, he's saying is our corners are going up against nobody in practice. So pretty much, how do you think they're gonna get better? We suck. Yes, you are, man. Stop. Just be straight up, man. You fucking dance around everything. Just be transparent.
Hold on.
That's what you asked.
I don't even know the question.
Hold on, one at a time, y'all. Now, come on. I'm gonna start dropping.
What I asked was like I've been big on Shamari Earls, but like I was wondering like, how do you grade your corners play going against the DBs and the wide receivers are going against? The same way I would ask like in the spring game, like I saw our O-line kick the living crap out of our D line, specifically up the middle. But like how do I grade our lines played based off of that? You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't know. I mean, the season has started yet.
Our spring game, we went. It's hard to gauge our spring game because we went mismatch. Like you guys went 1s against 1s and 2s against 2s and so on and so forth. So I guess your question is like, how do we grade our corners in the spring game based off our?
Like you personally, was like for Shamari Earls, like I was looking at his hips, feet, things like that. Like what are you looking at?
I thought he played. You think how do I think he played in the spring game?
Like all your corners.
I thought JoJo Edmond played great. Outside of one missed tackle, I thought he was exceptional in coverage. Jeremiah Lowe, I'm not a believer. He made a good jump on a route that was late being thrown, and then the other one was thrown right to him. Thought he played fine. Samaj was cooking him on my side of the field when I was watching him. Just couldn't get him the ball. But as far as Shamari Earls, I thought he got beat twice. He got beat twice, and both of the times, he wasn't even ready for the play. If you watch the play, he wasn't even set. So I thought he played exceptional for a freshman. And if I'm being honest, I hope he keeps coming along because I hope he takes Zeke's spot and Zeke goes back to the nickel. That's what I want. So we have more length.
I didn't like Zeke in the nickel that
and
much.
he was coming, and you remember Shamari Earl was coming up and making tackles.
I like him. I like him on the field.
He balled out.
No matter where he's at.
He played the best.
But I'm saying, so last year, there was no point in time where you like Zeke in the nickel. Not one moment or game.
But my expectations for Zeke were high. For years, I've been talking about Zeke. And when he in the nickel, he had some flashes.
He plays very well.
He flashed, and it was like, okay, that's the Zeke that I was hoping for. Baller, he's balling.
Yeah, but John, he played.
With more, he'll be better. With more, he'll be better. With Ron Moore,
Zeke Berry played. He played exceptionally well up top too. Like
that's what I'm saying.
So
a lot of guys didn't play well until the Northwestern game. That's when a lot of guys really started to put it together.
Who's better than Jair?
Is Zeke better than Jair?
No.
It don't matter. But your quarterback they ain't gonna have to check him. They ain't gonna get the ball to him.
If
The offensive line
puts it all together, he can be a first round pick.
Jair Hill.
If he puts it all together, athleticism, everything. If he puts it all together, he could be a first
round, isn't he?
Yeah, he's already projected. Just getting better. Okay. He's already in the first round.
He's supposed to have a big year. I think he might.
Okay. I think he might. But it don't matter how. It don't matter about the DBs. Like it comes out. Michigan's defense plays as 11, so I don't care how they perform against when they play the season because they got a veteran D line and they got Rob Moore coming back. They got bits everywhere. So it's funny to me how people don't think Michigan's wide receivers going to be good. If I just want to hear. If they beat Nebraska and Oklahoma and Bryce throws for 350 and 3 touchdowns, I don't want to hear where Oklahoma ain't got this. I don't want to hear that.
I just want to add to that.
Steve, if that happens, listen, I've seen Bryce play live 4 times. I'm a fan of him as a football player.
I've seen him live 3 times.
I'll sing his praises. Juju knows I will. He knows I will.
Bro, I've seen him live 3 times. That kid is a freak, bro.
Like, what do you think, May?
I mean, I don't disagree with a lot of what Juju said. I think Shamari Earls is a future superstar. I think JoJo Edmond, outside of taking a bad angle against Justice Haynes on the run, he played pretty well. He did get like 1 or 2 balls caught on him, but he played. Who I thought was who I thought really showed up. And I shared this a bunch of times.
Tevez
Metcalf. Metcalf, both the Metcalfs, honestly, but
I heard that some dog.
But the safety, the older brother, he broke.
He's gonna start.
He broke on like an out route to like a running back, a flat route. He broke on that, and that's like a pick 6. If probably regular season, he's playing full speed. He's taking that to the crib. I thought he played real well. He flies around the field. He flashed. Outside of that, I think I agree with Juju. I think Jair Hill is a potential first-round pick. He was, and honestly, last year, he got some balls caught on him, but he was right there for like a bunch of them. You know what I mean? Against Washington, he's just
make the play.
Yeah, it's a balance thing, and that's an interception, instead of a touchdown. So,
hey, M3,
you know who I wish would
I really think like it's gonna. No, you're good. This is for everyone on the panel. Like, what I really think is gonna unlock us being would be a top secondary is Rod Moore coming back and being Rod Moore. Right. Metcalf as the other safety, and you can put Mason Curtis in the nickel.
Well, bro, we're forgetting about Brandon Hillman.
Has he gained weight? Has he gained weight?
Rod Moore still can't run, bro. Y'all got. He's still
that's why I said coming back. That's why I said if he comes back to being Rod Moore.
We're going into the summer, and you can't run still.
He's running. What do you mean? He's running.
That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah. But I think Brandon Hillman is the key, bro. If Brandon Hillman can get better in coverage, forget about it.
He was on the edge
right now. Like if you look back last year, the key that unlocked our defense, bro. Like last year,
undefeated against Ohio.
You'll get to know him. You'll get to know him. What's your running back's name? What's your running back's name? He'll know him real well.
Hester, ain't it? Hester and Peoples.
This is why I say that. This is why I say that real well. Because last year when we put Makari Page in the nickel, bro,
Jeremiah gonna get to know him.
Everything. Everything.
Yeah, Makari was long. Yeah, but Mason is like 190, and he gained
more
weight.
athletic, and he's 6'5".
Hey guys,
I didn't know he was that tall.
Right here, he's still not running. Like I'm reading it right here. He's not running.
Okay, but thankfully they got better. They got good DBs, and they're not a one-man DB. They ain't like Ohio per se.
There's no Rod Moore in that room.
Rod Moore don't have to be in the room. His leadership is not just on the field, as you know.
That's why I said if Rod Moore comes back and he is him, like that unlocks. Even without him, that safety room is loaded.
Yeah, the safety.
I'm not worried about it. Huh?
Hausman.
Hillman a linebacker.
Arm.
Who? Hillman at linebacker, bro? He's too slim to be a linebacker.
Yeah, he's too slim.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
He's like 215, I think.
Don't worry, and stop trying to advance scout us.
Yeah, please.
Bro,
it ain't gonna matter.
Don't worry about our linebacker room, bro. That shit goes too deep.
Yo, that tight end, that 5-star tight end, he'll know who the linebackers are real soon.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm higher on. Don't hurt me. Hey, Mays and Johnny, don't jump down. Don't jump me. I remember Josiah Edmond in high school when he jumped from like number 466 to like 130. Right. I remember that. I mean, he was a monster.
Right.
He's
Shamari Earls. I'm not hating on Shamari. I'm not hating on Shamari Earls. I just, based on that, I just expect more out of Josiah in his career than Shamari. And Shamari's got them. Shamari's 6'2", Josiah's like 6 feet or 6'1", whatever.
Yeah.
I think Josiah. He what?
Wait, Steven, you do understand that? You talking about JoJo Edmond?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
Josiah.
He just switched to defense. You know that, right? Like his senior year of high school.
And look, and he jumped 300 something.
He's a beast.
So that's what I'm saying. I expect more in his career because I think he'll be a smarter player. I don't know he'll necessarily be a better player because Dax Hill was better than Rod Moore, as far as talent. But Rod Moore was a smarter player. Right. That's what I expect out of Shamari and Josiah. I expect that type of comparison.
Okay.
Hey, I do think Ohio State and Michigan have two of the top 5 linebacker duos in the nation units.
I don't.
Steve, what you
Let me hear it.
Michigan might.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Who are your linebackers? Who are your linebackers? Like, who are Sonny Styles and who else?
Arvell Reese.
Who?
Arvell Reese.
Oh, well, moving on. Yeah, like I said, I don't. Like I said,
Wait,
I don't know
wait,
about
wait,
Reese.
That's an honest
Sonny Styles
question.
is good.
For all you, honest question, not for you, Richie, of course. Do you guys know who Arvell Reese is?
Yes,
I do.
Yes.
I know who he is by name. I know who he is by name. What does that mean? What does that mean?
You'll hear his name a lot.
He's like that.
You said the same thing about Matthews, right?
About Jermaine? Oh, Maine? Yeah.
Yeah, you said the same. So he was a freshman All-American. Sophomore year, he wasn't starting until like the game 5, right?
No,
he was like he never.
no. Like, well, he was behind.
Hey, Garrison.
So he was behind somebody.
And then
Yeah, exactly.
And then he started in the Texas game when we shut down their offense. What, Juju?
That's what I said. He was freshman All-American, and he wasn't starting for 4 games. That's what I said, and you agree with me.
Hold on. Arvell Reese, 43 total tackles last year. It ain't bad for back.
That's what he's good, man.
Hey, 6'4", 238 pounds, running 4.5 out there.
What else did he do, Johnny?
He was
lost to Michigan.
Okay, what you said 43 tackles and what else? How many sacks? How many intercepted? What else did he do?
He's a backup linebacker.
He's a Mike.
So we gotta
Okay. So now when
he has a
how
similar
many
number
Michigan
to
backup players came in and put up some good stats?
Hey, where exactly was Arvell Reese when Mullins,
Not
Yeah.
right, watching from the sideline?
Well, yeah, but he gonna be this great. Get out of here, Arvell Reese. He's 6'4", 215. Oh man. Oh, they should be scared of Arvell Reese.
It was crazy though. Arvell was in the Georgia Dome.
And
What I will say, Garrison.
what does that mean?
Garrison, what I will say about that, I don't care how good your linebackers are. If your defensive line is not plugging double teams, them linebackers are gonna get bitched all game.
Bro, and like,
there's truth to that. There's truth to that, bro.
No, like, and you like to that point, like that's why I'm happy that like I would say the same for you guys. I'm happy we have 2 experienced linebackers, especially with Sonny Styles. But you are correct, like especially at D tackle, though, like, where especially because after our first 2, like it's a question mark. So like, yeah, that's a fact.
I'm not like I don't have any question marks about like I think it's by committee in D tackle room this year. We have one very good D tackle, but after that, it's I'm not worried about especially in our scheme.
At all.
I think Rashawn Benny is a good football player. The other guys,
we do too.
I'm
we don't need
my
to
hairline right now.
There is not 10 defensive tackles better than Rashawn Benny.
All right, that's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I know where Rashawn Benny's going to be. It's everyone else. Like everyone, big up the guy you got from Bama. He's been less than average there for 4 years.
I'm not worried about him. Trey Williams.
We're not saying he's a starter.
He's going to be very good.
But we're not talking about starting. We're talking about just the depth in general. But like I said,
okay, that's one player.
I do believe at D tackle, you guys will be fine. Right? I'm not seriously going to be trash here.
We're gonna be fine at
the only
offensive
one,
line, tight
the
end,
only
quarterback,
person
running
in
back.
that room right now that I'm worried about.
Steven, just so you know, so Steve Deese yesterday said that by the end of this season, we will be at in the college football. We'll be asking if Bryce Underwood was in this upcoming draft, if he will go number 1. So I
don't care what Steve D said.
What you said, based on that and what you just said, Stephen, I'm putting you guys on national championship watch. That's my.
You don't have to. I did that. I don't need you doing that. I'm doing that.
Oh boy.
Stephen, y'all national championship watch?
I didn't say. I said no. I said you just said it. Why you want me to say it?
Oh, I thought you agree with me.
No, I said you don't have to do that. Michigan is going to the playoff. I'm not going to say they're going to win the national championship. I don't believe that. I personally don't believe that. No matter now, if they go undefeated, I'll see that. But I don't believe that. Stop it, man. Stop it.
I know that y'all said like everything after starting is like a question mark. Like for us, the only person I'm worried about in that like defensive like line room is Etta. I think that's the only. Yes, bro. Because like for how like highly touted he was. I know he made the transition and everything, but when Ike's getting snaps over you, it's like it's kind of worrisome for me. Like I think he might transfer out, like because that room is so deep, bro. That room is very very deep.
I talked to No. No's cool. He'll talk. No just adjusting to all the weight he put on. I don't think he transferred now. I don't. He ain't told us nothing. I talked to him, man. We follow each other. Well, I got off social media altogether. Just to let y'all know. But No ain't.
I just like when you're like 5 to 6 down depth, like he, bro. I wanted him as an edge, bro. Like we put him
I got off Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that.
I wanted Eno as an edge, bro, but he had to move to D.
Who you trying to hide from, Steve?
It just social media it's so saturated with nonsense. I said, man, I'm sick of this.
Don't talk about boy Steven like that. He ain't hiding for nobody. What the hell?
Hey, nah. I know when I did that before, it was because some girl was searching had gotten.
Hey.
No, but no, I'm not your boy Jordan Baker, but no, I just got off social media, man. It's just weird, man. Instagram just made me I get tired of seeing them next one. Like I just get tired of that, dog.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact. I agree with you on that, Steve.
Hey, Garrison, is Larry gonna rotate this year?
Huh?
How much is Larry gonna rotate this year, knowing that that depth is a concern?
Please don't.
He'll rotate the edge.
Richie, I don't know.
He got to rotate that whole line.
That's what I'm saying, but they're gonna play.
He'll rotate.
Hey, based off what y'all saw in the spring game,
at the DN edge position. Sorry, Richie, go ahead, bro.
No, he'll rotate the edges, Garrison, with Atkinson and Caden Curry, and then Kenyatta Jackson and Logan George. But the DTs we're not deep.
Serious question. I want to know where the hell Richie be driving to every Sunday.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Hold on. 2 weeks ago, I was going to Detroit.
Okay.
Last week, I was parked outside the gym, but right now I'm going home. I left the dog park.
No doubt.
Hey, last show I asked him how many miles he had in that car, but I was like, bro, you go everywhere.
Everybody on the road trip.
That's what's up, man.
No, Richie over here being the buck guy, Johnny in the car doing the.
Johnny, before I get down, I'm gonna say this because I don't know who that guy was, man. I've been watching Johnny, I sent you a message about this, about Buckeyes all week, talking about Coach Moore, talking about Michigan and what, and Coach Meyer is the last one to need to be talking about morals and dignity. He the last dude. It's just funny to me.
This is like self-righteous conversation, though. We're talking about morals. We don't know who's morally righteous and who's not. Like, we're just. It's like.
That's what I was saying. I just looked at the Ohio fans, and it's weird. It's like all week, what's her name, TG or DG, whatever her name was. Like people like that. Michigan has some weird fans, but it's nothing like the Buckeyes. That fan base is just trash. Period. It's like all week. All week. They said, no. I'm not asking the question. So I don't really want to hear that. All week, I heard Michigan this, Michigan that, Michigan. But they say we're obsessed. Scoop been lying for years, been getting paid, Grifton for years. All these Ohio fans talk. They got the team up north and scum and all this nonsense. Grown-ups saying stuff. The team up north. I can say Ohio. I can say it. I don't have to say that team down south. You know how dumb that sounds? It's just so weird to me that a fan base who is going to be because Buckeye Scoop did say the summer. Y'all know he said the summer the hammer's coming down. He said that last year. He said that the year before. Now every time he's wrong, he pushes it back. And the NCAA, they're the problem. The NCAA was their enemy until they mess with Michigan. That's the problem. The only two schools that really want Michigan hammered are who? Ohio and M-State. Them the only two schools. But the reason they want that is because they can't beat Michigan on the field. So you got to beat them with the suits. You got to beat them. I didn't ask you that. You got to beat them with the suits. That's the only thing they got. It's just weird to me how Buckeyes always find their way over to Johnny's channel or Major
You need
channel,
some
anybody else.
headphones, Richie.
But y'all not. But y'all not. But we obsessed with y'all. I don't get that. I'm trying to understand. Johnny, don't you find that obsession weird?
I did when I first started my channel. I don't find it weird now.
It's weird,
We
man.
better than this
It's weird,
shit, bro.
It's weird to
Well,
me.
I don't want you guys to
I
have
was
any
weird
say.
back then,
I
but
don't.
now
I
I
don't.
just see
I don't want
that's
you
just
guys.
the
We're gonna beat that ass regardless. Same
Oh boy.
conversations.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Listen,
I love
When
it.
last time you said that with conviction? When last
I
time you said
know
that with
What you say,
conviction?
Ryan
Richie?
Day is
What you say?
I know Ryan Day is thinking to himself, how have I been losing to these scrubs? How?
Yeah,
You
okay.
said y'all gonna
That
beat
shit
us.
is coming to an end.
I
That
love it,
shit
bro.
is coming.
But hey,
Woo!
hey, look, A2 is gonna be rocking
Hilarious.
like it's never been rocking for that game, bro. Especially with BU under the center.
Johnny,
Man,
make that a clip.
none of it
Make that a
matters.
clip,
None
Johnny.
of it matters. Rocking, no rocking.
He got the blueprint.
You got the blueprint now that you lost 4 in a
Hey,
row.
stop that, Johnny. I hate that. Stop that.
They found the
Ryan Day has
blueprint,
the
yo.
I
blueprint
can't
now.
wait.
They found it. After 4
Used to
losses,
hate
they
Carl
found the
Day when he
blueprint.
said that.
Is that
Hey Johnny, make this a clip,
Jason
Johnny.
there?
Like you did the other video. Johnny, clip that part up. So every November and all that, you're gonna be like, hey man, did y'all say y'all gonna beat us? Remember that?
Clip it, Johnny.
Make that a clip. Make that a reel on YouTube. Please do.
Ryan Day can
Please
beat
do. No
anybody
excuses.
but us, bro.
No excuses. No, I don't want to hear. No, I don't want to hear about injuries or
No
nothing.
excuses. I don't make
Okay.
excuses. I'll be honest. I
You
don't
are,
make
please.
I
Clemson
don't.
2018,
Man,
2019.
Wink is gonna have Heartline in a chokehold, bro.
I'll be
Man,
lying
bro.
if I said I wasn't a little concerned about what I want to see. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see what Heartline's
I want to
offense
see what the
is.
fuck he
I do.
does,
I'm
bro.
not gonna lie.
He gonna throw the ball. He gonna throw the
I'm
ball.
very
You know what he gonna do. He
curious,
gonna throw.
man.
Like, let's see if you actually use your talented tight end, bro. That's remain to be seen, bro. Like,
Yeah. No, just throw it to Jeremiah Smith. Remember, that's all they need, Jeremiah. Just throw it to Jeremiah. Please do. Please just throw it to Jeremiah. Please do.
Man, O-State
I like. Hey,
pass
we ain't gonna
catchers
talk
are
about, but let's talk about it, bro. Like, bracket or not, bro. Like, Jair got hella criticism last year, and he did his fucking thing, especially in that Ohio State game, bro. Zeke and Jair, like, boy, they
I'm gonna
played
be
lights
honest.
out.
O-State is so deep with pass catchers. I don't even care about a bracket on Jeremiah Smith. I swear I don't.
What about running backs? What about O-line?
Especially with Max Clear. No, running
I
back
love
is
that you said that. Hey, Richie, I love that you said that because it goes back to what I'm saying. I don't give a shit about an excuse locking on Marv or nothing. You got deep ass talent in that room, Garrison. I'm looking at you, bro. I don't care. You got deep talent in that room. Make it happen. You got to brag about it every year. The best wide receiver core. I don't care then. I don't care. Make it happen, bro.
But if we're being completely honest, like I tell you right now, the running back position is going to be, man, we're about to witness almost an unprecedented drop off at running back. I don't care what anybody.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
That's what I was
going the other way. I
was like, damn, bro. There's no fucking
way. You drinking? You drinking and driving?
Who, me?
I don't
No,
care.
you
If that
went
kid
the
is
other- I thought you was
6'4",
about to
like,
say
I don't
y'all
care,
running
bro.
backs was balling.
Oh no, Johnny. I'm
Trey,
saying no.
Trey.
No, Johnny,
Trey
they got
Henderson
peoples, right? They
and
got history
Quinshon
peoples,
Junkin,
right?
like, bro, like them two were the perfect complement to each other. That is a huge drop off. Like, I agree.
That's not what y'all said at the beginning of the season, Juju. That's not what y'all said.
I was consistent. What the fuck?
I knew they weren't gonna be that great. They weren't that great to me. They were good. They weren't that great.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with Richie. I think there's gonna be a drop of running back. I think it'd be crazy to say that, especially at pass blocking. I think pass protection will be really gonna lack because
Hey, Garrison, I want to get you.
No, y'all deep,
on
remember?
record that Garrison was on record saying James Peoples is going to average 6 yards per carry, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm
Against
guessing
who?
you're gonna.
season.
So I'm guessing your prediction that he's going to be better than Marshall for his career.
Say again.
I want out. Like, do you think he's going to be better than Jordan Marshall for his career?
I don't know that.
Okay, I was just wondering.
The only way he's getting 6 yards of carry is if he gets 1 carry for 6 yards and gets hurt. That's the only way he's getting 6 yards.
I think Jordan Marshall and James Peoples are kind of like the same running back. I think they're like
No, they ain't. No, they ain't.
Like physical one cut back.
Both of them remind me. Like I think both of them are kind of like a more souped up version of like Blake.
Wait. Garrison, how big is James Peebles? Like 5'9", 5'10"?
Yeah, I don't think James Peebles can start.
And Jordan Marshall's on the 6 foot, right? Yeah.
I think C.J. Donaldson's gonna start.
Yeah,
I do too.
CJ can pass block better, and CJ Donaldson like he can run. He can actually really run routes. But like in the offensive line, Steven, I thought I heard you say O-line. O-line is not something I'm worried about right now for Ohio State. I'm fine with
You lost. The tackles in the center. Okay. All right. I hear you. It sounds nice. It sounds nice.
Well.
We'll be good at center.
One second, Richie. We lost our center, but the guy that's going to be the starting center this season was the center in the playoffs, and he was the center of 2023. So it's not like we're just throwing a guy in there.
Garrison.
What about the tackles? You lost 2 first-round tackles. You ain't talk about them though.
We lost 2 tackles. One of them's Aniyanwa. Everyone wanted him. He's gonna be good. Philip Daniels.
Man.
Philip Daniels. Philip Daniels. We don't even know if he's gonna start right tackle because Sarabell's probably gonna be there at right guard. But Philip Daniels was on CBS's top 150 players.
What does that mean? CBS don't get on the
I'm
field.
gonna say this, Garrison. Like, we're gonna find out real quick week 1.
Yeah.
Like
Texas.
There's only a handful of schools. There's only a handful. There's only a handful of schools that are going to have dominant front sevens, and I think Texas is going to be one of them. I think Oregon will be one of them. I think we'll be one of them. Like Penn State will be one of them.
I think Texas has the best one. Like I think
Penn State.
I think Texas has the best front
Yeah,
seven.
Penn State's defense is going to be good, bro.
So no, I mean
they might be good. I mean, dominant front seven.
You're right, bro. Like again, like we gotta see what Harline looks like. We gotta see what the offense looks like. But in your
I'll say
heart
this.
of hearts,
I think your interior. I think your
heart of
interior is
hearts,
going to be fine.
Are you truly worried about a Ryan Day offense in your heart of hearts?
Yep. You can't lose. Yeah, just because y'all losing, don't mean you got to replace them. That's the way it works.
I heard your answer, but I want to hear Juju's. Like, are you worried about
like as far as like putting up points?
Yes.
No, I'm not worried about putting up points. But week 1,
at the end of the day, you still other teams still have the hope to score more points than Ohio State does.
Right, but you can say yes, it's Ryan Day's offense, but he's not calling the play. If he's truly handing it off,
I agree. No, Juju, I agree with you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying while Ryan Day is like it's like under Jim Harbaugh, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever really have to worry about your defense?
Yes, the Don Brown here.
No.
Don Brown in the big moments here.
I know what Don Brown did in the big games, but I mean on a game-to-game, season-to-season basis. Was your
It was the strength
Yes.
of our team. It was the strength of our team always. Yes.
Okay, and I'm saying we know Ryan Day. Listen, bro, if the defense ain't going, we know the offense gonna go.
I have to see it like him.
Okay, that's
call
fair.
it.
That's fair.
Like,
I don't trust him yet.
Especially week 1. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think y'all win week 1. I just think there's too much new. There's too much new going on.
We had this conversation, Juju. Wait, we had this conversation, and you told me your buddy told you 13 to 15 players, and I showed you that you were wrong.
That was his number, not mine, bro.
I know, but you took it to the bank and you brought it to my doorstep. So
sweep around your own front door.
Yeah. He should have came to the side. He should have came to the side, Johnny, but instead he tried to come to the front door. So
either way, they have returning starters.
So now, Juju, when I sit here,
hey Johnny, can I ask a question now?
Yeah, go. Actually, hold on, Mama, I'm gonna get going, guys. So, guys, I
want to ask you this too, Garrison, real quick. I want to ask you this question. Buckeye Battle Cry and Garrison and all the other Ohio State fans. What makes you think you're going to beat this version of Michigan when you couldn't beat the version last year?
Marmar, if that's the question you're going to ask me, brother, based off what happened last year, we're never beating you guys again. So every year, I'm going to take every season by itself. I think the reason why we'll beat you this year is that we return. I think we have a better offensive line than you guys have, even though I think your D line is going to be really good. But where I'm happy is that I would say the strength of your D line is in the middle, where the strength of our O line is. So I'm happy about that.
Wait, Garrison. Wait. I just want to just real quick. I want to correct it because the depth.
I'm just asking the question.
We're gonna go 5 deep on the D tackles. That's true, but our strength is that Wink is literally tweaking the defense to the edges and linebackers. That's him, not me.
That's fine. I'm just getting like my personal opinion about the players.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Opinion on whatever.
Yeah, I think that we're bringing something a little bit different than what you guys have seen this year with us probably having the best tight end in college football. Because I don't think we've seen a season where Ohio State has like their litany of wide receivers, but then they have an actual like NFL prospect wide receiver tight end with elite wide receiver play. We haven't seen that at Ohio State. On defensively compared to your offense, I just think that it'll be a lot for Bryce. And not that Bryce is gonna have a bad game or anything is his fault necessarily. I just think that with Ohio State's, I think we're gonna put you guys in third loss situations, and I think Bryce won't be able to do what JJ did. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Facts, Johnny. Facts.
Year one,
not
like
facts,
we don't.
Not facts, Marmar. It's my opinion.
Hey,
I'm talking about what Johnny. I'm talking about what Johnny said.
Garrison, like year one, we don't need him to be JJ.
No, I'm not saying
At
that.
all.
I'm saying on third and when third and longs happen, because they're gonna happen. He has the DJJ on. I think.
Right.
I don't think your wide receivers are so good that they're gonna be getting open like that. So with that being, like, you remember that dart that JJ threw on the right side, on the right hash line.
Hey, I'm out, fellas.
But this is what I'll counter with that. Like what we to remain to be seen because of the scheme that we are put in. Like you can talk about the wide receivers, but we both know that scheme and being schemed open, it helps. And being under that offense, it didn't help. So that's what remains to be seen. Chip is going to be spread out. So you guys are going to be like your defense is going to be spread out. And especially if we have a deep threat this year, if we can get that, I think you're gonna have a lot more trouble than what you reckon. But it's all remain to be seen.
And Juju, on top of that, what you saying, we got 2 dynamic running backs too. So
right, we'll always have a run game, but if we can get the threat over the top,
I think you have one dynamic running back, and I think you have.
We got two, Jordan Marshall and Justin Haynes.
However you want to slice it, if we get a deep threat, if we get a receiver that can step forward and take the top off the defense, hey man, you know what I'm saying?
It's over with.
Expectations will change.
I'm trying to figure out how you said Ohio had the best tight end. Bro, Ohio has the best tight end in the country, man. What? That doesn't make sense.
Max Clare is probably the best tight end in the country, bro.
Okay, that don't mean he's gonna be the best tight end for Ohio. So you saying basically Julian saying gonna be check down Charles?
No. It's about like, all right. So this is what I'm talking about, right? When you're talking about like bracketing Jeremiah, right? That means you're giving other help to him. So with that being said, while you have him, Cornell State, Brandon Ennis, Mylan Graham out there, and now you have a guy at tight end who can route up the linebackers, can catch balls on corners and safeties. That opens the offense a little bit more because now, especially for a first-time quarterback, it's good. Like when JJ was his freshman year, I mean not freshman, but sophomore year, had coasted. Like,
that's not the same. You can't play other wide receivers. You got to play to at least you can't play all 4 of them wide receivers. The offensive line is 5, and then the quarterback is 6.
He's not a wide receiver, bro. He's a tight end. So I'm saying when you have,
I didn't say that. I said you named 4 wide receivers. You got to pick 3 wide receivers and a tight end, the offensive line, the quarterback, and running back.
I named 4 wide receivers because Mylan Graham will be playing a lot. So
Garrison.
I think
they're not gonna be doubling Graham and all them other and Tate. No, they don't need to double them for what? Who needs to double them? They don't need to be doubled every game. There are some teams who can play them man to man. They can play Tampa too.
We're gonna bracket like Jeremiah's gonna receive bracket.
We did it on November 30th. We shut your receivers down.
No, bro. You know
what? Another thing I need to ask. You said the best tight end. Well, we had one of the best tight ends in the country last year that practiced against our linebacker core. So, what do you think this best tight end gonna do against our linebacker core? the same ones that's coming back.
Marmar, I do agree with you. I think our linebacker core is more athletic than what they give credit for. I do think in a simplified defense, what Wink did is, and BJ, I will give him credit too. Like they can cover. Ernest can cover, bro. But
Ernest can.
Jimmy Rolder can with another year.
And Jay Sean wasn't lost, bro. He started to cover better. You just can't overcomplicate it for him.
Yeah, and that I agree with. But I think Jimmy Rolder give another year. And with the guy from Georgia, Bowles, we don't know what he's going to do. We have no idea.
I really think he's going to be a year away. I think Cole Sullivan is just, bro. He's waiting, bro. Like,
I just asked a simple yes or no for Garrison. I'm just asking a simple yes or no. Do you think the version of the Buckeye team that's coming in this year will be able to beat the version of the Michigan team this year when you couldn't beat the version of the Michigan team last year with the version of the Ohio State team?
He already said yes.
Yes.
He already.
So
you said yes. You think you will beat us?
He said yes. Yes.
I think we will. I think Marmar. Listen, because I gotta get going here, guys. Before I go, I will be Marmar. I'll be completely honest with you. I think we're gonna donkey kick you guys in Ann Arbor.
Oh, this again. Nah, tell him where to find you.
Johnny.
Nah.
Hold on. Tell him where to find Garrison. Let him.
You guys can find me on Mondays on not Scar and Blue Show. On
I'll be there next week,
Ohio State on Thursdays for the college show. If you're a Wolverine fan, call in. We'll love you to be in there.
I'll be there next week to kick your shit in again, bro, on a debate.
Also, every other Tuesday, you can find me, Cleveland Mike, Chris Drew, Juck on Bucks, talking football, and
Buck on what?
Juck on Bucks. You know?
My bad.
Buck on Bucks is pretty good for OSU.
But no, thank you guys, Johnny. Have a good night, man. Hey, Johnny, don't split up my Saturday schedule like that again.
What you mean?
It's like Portugal.
Trying to figure out when your show was. I'm like, it's getting close to 1
No,
o'clock.
right there, the light, right here.
Don't mess up my Saturday TV schedule, Johnny.
It was Mother's Day. I had to give people time.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad you made it later because I wouldn't be able to make it.
No, Johnny. I said Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Can I speak? Can I say something? Hey, Garrison. You gotta say Happy Mother's Day to Michigan for being your mother.
Actually, no. What I will say is shout out to you guys up here to everyone in the chat. If you're a mother, Happy Mother's Day to all you guys' mothers. Happy Mother's Day to them.
Tell your mom the same, man.
I hope and pray nothing but blessing and prosperity on their lives. Have a good night, guys.
Hey, yeah, you tell your mom the same. Yeah.
Chill, mom.
Huh? What?
Man, we ain't coming over that nonsense, man. Anybody coming over there?
Chill out, Steven. Tell him where to find you. Golly.
Man, I'm off Twitter. I'm off Instagram. I'm off Facebook. Y'all want to call me? I'll put my number in the chat. I'm off. So
you don't want to be.
You don't want to be. I got off all social media platforms.
In the chat.
No, I ain't gonna no. Hey, I'm telling you, you come looking for something you want. Hey, you gonna find it. But no, I mean, I'm on YouTube, man. Just it is what it is. But all you Ohio fans, the Rons and the Day 1Ks or whatever, I see you look coming. I don't address y'all because you're not worth being addressed. It's Go Blue, baby, all day, man. But you can't find me nowhere. You can find me. I'm on Earth. I'm on Earth. It's a big blue globe. Come find me. I'm out.
Got you.
A pocket full of glues.
All right, Mark. Well, I think Juju back in. Juju, tell them where to find you or what you got going on or whatever.
Man, I said a lot. Ain't nothing else really to say. You can find me on Twitter. I'm _Ju6. I'll be on there a lot. Johnny be on there. TJ, all the gang, bro. Follow us. Y'all get on Twitter, bro. It's active over there, man. But other than that, go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue. All right, dude.
Mama, tell them what you got going on. I know you with the good doctor.
Hey, you can you can find me on Wednesday with Anwar Dunbar at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday. We just be chatting about football, you know what I'm saying? They don't get it like Johnny's show, but it's still epic. And then you can find me at Onyx on Saturdays at the week, throwing dollars. Johnny, You can find me at Onyx on Saturday throwing ones, you know what I'm saying? Popping Henny and hydrating with it. All right, Johnny, you gonna hop on, man?
Yeah, when we get off here.
You gonna get one in? All right, bet. Let's go.
Woo! That was a doozy, y'all. Yeah, it was a doozy. But you know, with this, you know, I don't be wanting to get too far off of what we trying to accomplish and what we doing over here. We want to talk football, you know. We want to talk football, even if it's from an Ohio State fan. You know, that's why I try to today I was on a lot of let people talk. You know, whether you don't like them or not, you know, you don't like him, you don't even know what he's finna say. you done already killed him. You already killing him. Let him get it out. Let's see what he's finna say. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was doing a lot of that, you know, and people just wanting to talk. You got to learn to control people we got to learn to control ourselves. You know, you can blurt in here and there, but you don't want to blurt in every time somebody's trying to say something. Then it becomes a bad production for everybody because nobody can hear what's going on. Everybody in the chat, they don't know if you cooking or not because they can't hear nobody. You get what I'm saying? And and this is the thing with the StreamYards, Malachi. When I mute somebody, they can unmute themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if they just ran and they just unmute themselves, you know what I'm saying? They can do that. Then I guess I have to drop people down. But no, I got a mute button. I'm explaining right now as we speak. You know, I can mute them and they can unmute themselves. That's how it works on StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Even if I do mute them, they can unmute themselves. But if people just keep talking over, I'm gonna have to start pulling people down when they do that because it messes up the quality of the show. We want to come up here and rant and give our opinions, but if it's making the show not good and people can't hear what's going on, what are we doing? We just up here talking. We might as well be outside at the cookout yelling at each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, because it's about having the show to be quality. To where, man, I heard Mays was cooking, and then Garrison jumped in, then Maniac was cooking, and then he jumped in. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, because I get on these shows and I do the same thing sometimes when I'm on Mays. You know, I might cut off Mays or cut off somebody, and you know, but we gotta control ourselves and let them cook. Let them get their point across. You know what I'm saying? You can't just jump on people. It's a Buckeye and jump on them. Let them cook now. Let them cook. We trying to cook out here. This is the cookout. Who brought the ribs? Who bought the drinks? Who got the mac and cheese? Who brought the baked beans with the bacon in it, with the green peppers all chopped up? Who brought that? If you don't let them cook, we don't know who brought it. You know, so that's what it's about. You know, but it was a pretty good show for the most part. You know, Garrison gonna stand in the paint, and he brings conversation. So people are like, why is Garrison always here? Because he come up and he moves the conversation, and he'll get in the paint. That's why. That's why he up here, because he can stand in the paint. He can stand in the paint and he can control himself when he wants. So he be up here. He creates conversation. That's why he be up here. And he calls in. Anybody can call in. You don't like Garrison up here? Call in and cook him then. You don't like what I say? Call in and cook me. I'm right here. The link is in the chat. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to cook him, you don't like what he say, like CG. CG say, I don't like what you said about Blake. I've been waiting all week to come get you, Garrison. You talking about my player? I don't like that. That's what this show is about. It don't matter who you are. Ohio State, Michigan, Bama, Florida. I don't care. You can come up here and cook. You don't like what I say? You don't like what Marmar says? You don't like what May says? Boxing Maniac Steven? Don't matter. You can come up, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to keep tweaking it, keep tweaking where we can cook, but we got to cook under control. You know what I'm saying? So people can get they points across and everybody can have a voice. This show is about everybody having a voice, not me. You see, I sit back. I just be sitting here most of the time. This show is about everybody having a voice that likes college football. That's what it's about. Because we talking football. I don't like to talk much else. I like to talk football. You get what I'm saying? Let me read these super chats, and then we gonna get up out of here. Mother's Day. I'm suspended by YouTube again. It's because of my YouTube shorts. All the practice videos with the music, they saying, oh, you got that from somewhere else on social media, or whether it was Instagram or whatever, they tripping. So I'm gonna have to delete all them practice videos with the dope music that matches up with the feelings and all that. Yeah, I gotta delete it. It is what it is. YouTube is not playing with me. They ain't playing. They just let me back, and they approved me to come back with the videos and then suspended me again. Like, yeah, okay. So it is what it is. Jay Marion, appreciate the $5 super chat. Jay Marion throwing the donation.
I love to dive around in it like a porpoise and burrow through it like a gopher and toss it up and let it hit me on the head.
Then we got Dom with the $5 super chat. Let's get one.
I love to dive around in it like a porpoise and burrow through it like a gopher and toss it up and let it hit me on the head.
And then we got one last one with Unapologetic with another $5, and we swimming in coins. Just imagine if I take all $5 from all of them and I get nothing but pennies. I'm spoiled.
I love to dive around in it like a porpoise and burrow through it like a gopher and toss it up and let it hit me on the head.
You can't super chat right now, Wayne. I'm in punishment. I've been a bad boy. I've been a bad boy. So YouTube got me on punishment again. Yeah, I can't. Those donations came from Cash App. They came from Cash App. So I don't have super chat. They paused my memberships and all of that till I got to reapply August. So I got to scrub my channel of all those practice videos with the music behind it that I guess it was good and now it's not good. I don't know. But that's what's going on. And so I'm tired. Appreciate everybody joining in to the call-in show. We're just gonna keep trying to get the call-in show, and I'm trying to tweak it to get it better and better, to moderate. Because sometimes I just be sitting back like, these dudes wilding. They wilding. But I'm trying to moderate more to keep it in order. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't just yelling and people just yelling and nobody can really hear what's going on. So that's all I got for this one. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be on this